don't you ever do no like this again.
How much more can he take before this starts thinking about the afterlife? You see, AJ's a fan of bare knuckle boxing. His gore level tolerance is different than the average consumer.
This
nigga.
Adam started texting him during the stream. That's when got lit.
This linked an insane asylum. Go over so we can see the picture.
Dude, he got something for free that he shouldn't have got for free. He got two of something.
Whoa, Fed. You know, I could go first, second place in the spelling bee out of all of us.
First, second place. They never addressed what Joe actually said.
No.
It's almost like they agree. Like,
he wants to be the only black nigga in the room.
I knew Fat Joe was gonna suck at podcasting when he interviewed 6ix9ine. I was like, this is the stupidest I've ever seen in my life.
Like this whole response was like, men do this and not that.
That's a fact.
I'm a man. You are pretending.
You just crashing out.
No, I don't know. Nigga.
I love it.
I'm about to say, I don't know why I'm
But
looking
he
at you.
loves it for different reasons. It's not. It's he doesn't love it for act.
Man, how them niggas get a JVP episode? I think they industry plans.
Yes, bomb beating people. Welcome back to another installment of Homeroom University. You see, this is the podcast about your favorite podcast. I am your classmate, Tone Groove.
Jay Nobles.
AJ the Menace.
White man behind the boards.
Yeah.
And yes, he is really white.
Yes, stop asking us.
He's white with a Jamaican twang, though, so, you know, worry about yourself.
Yeah. He can say nigga, he has that right. Appreciate you appreciate y'all for clicking on the video. Hit subscribe if you haven't. Do your due diligence.
Follow us on Reddit, Instagram.
Follow us, Homeroom University, on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. We're on everything.
For sure, yeah.
Got to make that clear.
Yes.
We're not just on YouTube. We're on Google Play.
Yeah.
Probably some like other like niche ass.
All of them. All of them.
nigga,
you know,
Literally all of them.
Distro Kid or something.
I heart all of them.
Just know this podcast is portable. This is not just a visual experience. You know, if you at work, you at the gym.
And the best joke of the show, $5 Patreon, but y'all know it's rising. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, $5 Patreon, just look it out. $5.
Yeah.
So
Shout
yeah,
out
go
to
check
everybody
that shit
shout out to everybody that's here. Just post the Joe Budden collab episode that we did. You know, that's officially been released to the public on here. It came out on Tuesday.
Yeah.
But
That's one of them things. It's kind of like New Year's. Like, at what point do we stop saying Happy New Year's? At what point do we stop saying shout out to you from coming from Joe Budden?
Well, granted, this might be the last time.
This is the last time.
This is the last one.
It's like,
Because
you
it's
know.
like it wasn't to the public.
Yeah, it's the
It
right,
wasn't.
right,
Yeah,
right,
so
yeah.
it's like it's officially to the public.
It was
now.
two separate announcements that had to be made.
Right,
Yeah,
yes, for sure. Make sure y'all run that up. Yeah, we're back. We weren't gonna leave y'all hanging, even though because that episode was filmed in December. Even though it was a recap, it's a
It's an older
timeless. It's
episode.
fine, but at the same time, nigga, it's been so lit in podcast, and I know y'all missed us.
I
You
was
know what I'm
about to
saying?
say, yeah.
And I know y'all didn't think
We
we was gonna.
back.
I know y'all didn't think we was gonna leave y'all hanging because I didn't even post that we're gonna drop on Friday. So this is
Yeah.
another little surprise, but you know, I'm ready to get into it. Though.
That's what you get for being good students.
That's what we do here.
Congratulations.
We get
Are we
into
announcing?
things.
Are we announcing 2 times a week?
Not yet.
I mean,
not yet.
Bleep
But they,
yourself, Lauren.
yeah, they know it's coming. I told them it's coming by the end of January. So
I was about to say,
we're
yeah,
not there yet. So
Something loosely speaking on.
we still have to figure that out. But I mean,
Y'all gonna see it.
yeah,
Y'all
we gotta-
just see us.
You're gonna see it. Yeah, y'all gonna see us. Yeah.
We getting into some what we getting into first?
I think we have to start. I'm excited to talk about academics. Let me be clear, but we have to start with the Adam and Wax show.
I was about to say, what's that word? Deplorable?
Yeah, because we can't get
deplorable.
we can't get to academics crash out until we cover the fact that why he's crashing out.
There's so much context.
Shay Glizzy, salute to that woman. We always salute Shay Glizzy over here just because she's out here putting master classes on, and it's
Holy shit.
Who is that
mess-
wonderful woman?
She's
Yeah.
a grandmaster chess player.
She's terrifying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
A witch?
I don't know what's going on with her, but long story short, she does devious things, and one of those devious things she did was send a D pic of academics.
Yeah.
But she didn't just send it; she sent it in a group IG message to Adam, Whack 100, and Troy Ave, and it's just like, first of all, to have your DP leaked is already a thing. That's already kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But
that sucks in itself.
But
Yeah.
for her to specifically send it to these 3 people together,
Scandalous.
so that they can all see that they're in the group chat together, is the craziest shit in the world. But what's kind of disgusting though is what Adam and Wack did afterwards. They did a podcast. They did 2 podcasts.
They damn sure did.
They did 2 podcasts in 40 minutes of the first one. 40 minutes of the first one was literally covering this subject.
Wack was in it too?
Oh,
Because
yeah,
he
for sure.
usually don't touch these type of...
Nick, I've never seen. I couldn't believe how excited they were.
Yeah, nah, giddy.
It was crazy.
It's to be expected from Adam a little bit just because of what he's done in the past.
100% expected.
Shout out Lil D.
I haven't heard these people podcast this passionately since I don't know when.
Dog. Passionate podcasting, bro.
And it's interesting
Passionate.
In the realm of what?
Academics allegedly having a small dick, which we don't really care about, but him having a small dick is a bigger conversation than him having a big one.
Yeah.
Because even if it was regular, they wouldn't have talked about it for 2 podcasts.
Academics got a regular piece, yo. This nigga
That's
not.
true.
He
Yeah.
just an ordinary Joe. Like, you can't get on a nigga like that.
Yeah, bro.
But so,
and it's just like it's just I don't know, bro. It's just crazy that like I just wonder. You know how like niggas will have a good podcast episode? And it's like, yeah, niggas had triple doubles on that episode. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
a few buzzer beaters.
Yeah, look, hey nigga, y'all did that shit. You know, it was a good show,
game,
nigga.
Good game.
Game. I feel like it was that energy, but it's like imagine dapping a nigga up after talking about another man's piece
and
for an hour, bro.
And that wears off very quickly. 15 minutes later, they're like, "Oh God, what the fuck did we just do?"
What was I doing, bro?
But they did it 2 times.
They did it
That's
twice.
what crack is.
It's a lot of podcasters who appear good because they just get like they're either mad at a person or they can finally just pile on somebody's downfall. I'm not saying
true. That's true.
They're not necessarily only good when they're in that situation.
For sure.
But there's a lot of them that are like that. They only get passionate when it's time to talk shit.
And real quick, Adam and Wack reacts to Academics dick pics. Like, what do you mean react to it? Like
react to it. So like
you put it on the screen
because they're literally like
rated.
They're pulling this shit.
Sounds
I don't
crazy.
think I don't think they had any moment where they were like on the show and they were like
they're not rating the shaft, right?
They're not like looking at it like notice what I'm saying. They're just talking about what they saw, and then like
the fact that his woman sent it to him.
Yeah, they talked about that, but that wasn't even the main subject. That's the worst part. It would be different if the main subject of the conversation was, can you believe she literally did that? Like, let's kind of dunk on her for the next 40 minutes.
Yeah, because she's a bad person.
No, the 40 minutes was solely surrounded around Academics dick.
Mm-hmm. No, that's fact. You can tell by the title. Like it's
no, it's crazy. This wasn't.
Yeah, it literally says that.
We're not having a conversation on why it's this way. It's
this one.
Yeah, but shit was crazy, dog.
This one guy, he commented. He didn't even put a timestamp. He was just pause for this whole episode.
Bro,
in all
sure.
caps.
This is a stop. This isn't even a pause. This is the next level. This is stop and take the VHS out. This is an eject, bro.
This is a 2-hour episode.
I don't know.
Could she face legal repercussions for this? If Academics,
technically,
chose?
but we already know that Act's not going to press no charges on her because she's, she stole $500,000. She stole $500,000. She allegedly assaulted his mom.
Yeah,
none of the she didn't.
Might have had something to do with getting them set up.
Yeah, the police only wanted to arrest her because they've been to the house 20 times, and they're like, "We're not waiting on you to do it. We're doing it." So like, it's like we know
they're taking control of his life.
Literally.
Academics can't do nothing about it.
Yeah, let's just watch a little bit of this. It was just
pimping
kind
a
of
form.
It's just kind of embarrassing that. Oh, Remo was there.
I was about to say
let's not leave him out because he was there too. And
shout out him. He's cool.
He played the best position he could in terms of not like having the same level of enthusiasm, but he's still sitting there. And
I don't even think he's playing a position. That might just
because
he might not be motivated to talk about another man's meat.
I'm not sitting there. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm not sitting there. Like, and that's not this ain't no corporate environment. Niggas is fighting up there. You know what I'm saying? So
that's true.
You can just walk off a podcast and be like, I'm good on this episode until y'all start moving to the next subjects. Like,
you probably turn your mic off, light a cig.
Yeah, I'm doing all that. I'm doing all
Yeah.
that. Like, nigga, knock yourselves out. This is crazy.
It's like one of those jobs that use the honor code system to clock in.
Yeah.
Did they have like past beefs like Academics and Wack?
Nah, they cool.
Everything that I know about Academics and Wack is Wack is Academics OG.
Yeah, they
OG. It's like utmost respect. That's my, like Aka said, that's my OG.
But and we're probably gonna talk about it after we watch it. But this is really about Adam and Academics. This is a rip between them two because
it's just weird that like we've seen Wack defend Academics crazy from point A to point Z regularly. It's just weird watching him join in on this type of fun so passionately.
it probably reminds him of the day room.
But that's the weird thing. Like in this position, you can't defend it. Like what are you gonna defend? Like you kind of have to like joke about it. It's like, hey man,
you could move on.
Yeah.
But the fact that you were elevating the conversation about this man's mediocre meat.
Yeah, he was doing his own little bits, like Whack. He was doing his own little bits about this shit. Like,
Nah, he has some material for this.
He damn sure did.
Yeah, go ahead, hit it. Because it doesn't, I don't even think it matters where we punch in.
Yeah, I just went back like 3 minutes.
It's completely excitement the whole time.
Yeah.
They're a wreck the whole time.
It's called Whatever. You want to go up there?
Who's the host?
Oh, no, they're talking about something else.
Upper chick from Atlanta. So I don't know you.
Skip forward, like.
See.
Saved my voice note about it?
No, you sent it.
Here we go.
Yeah, but you saved it? You don't have to save my voice
I
notes.
did. It's on my text, motherfucker. I don't.
No, I think it disappears unless you save
It
it. Which
don't.
I
You want me
know
to
this is
play it
kind
right
of your
now?
thing that you like to leverage these sort of things.
No, do you want me to play it?
No.
I'll
no.
play it and it won't disappear.
I'm speaking to you right now. I can tell you.
I didn't. Yeah, no.
Anyway, all right.
Yo.
So listen.
I ain't got nothing to do with this.
Can you
shit.
let me tell this goddamn
Go
story?
ahead, brother. This is fucked up.
I click on the DM, and it says it's a message that says from her that says something along the lines of, "Since he want to laugh about me with y'all, here you go."
And what did she
I
send
click.
you?
The first picture is a picture of Akademiks sitting at his computer chair in front of the desk.
Okay.
And the photo is taken in such a room that you can basically like see the room that he streams out of from an angle that you don't normally see it.
The fourth
So
wall
I'm
was
saying
broken.
all this to just say how I know that it actually was. Because a lot of people, when you mention this,
So you know it was him.
basically, yes. Because then that picture of him in the chair and then a zoomed in or a closer up version that's a little bit more overhead where you see exactly what Akademiks is working with, if you get my drift.
Wait. Hold on, bro. Because see now, this on some. See now, look.
I didn't choose
Hold
to
on.
view this.
I got a partner in crime.
This showed up in my DMs.
See, why troll itself? I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
So you telling me? Let me get this right.
That's the setup.
The
bro.
lady
watch.
sends you a picture
Title this Meat Watch.
of
Whack trolls.
Akademiks sitting at his desk.
His streaming setup where
that
he's
he
done
talks to
all this
people.
work throughout
But
all
look how
these
much he's
years.
gassing it
He
up.
got his shirt on up
He's
top,
building
Shirt
the bit.
on.
asshole naked at the bottom,
No, pants on, but pants down a little
pulled
bit.
down to the knees.
He's really doing
At
crowd
least
work.
I got asshole naked.
I don't even know if
I
they
was
were.
I was about to
asshole
say. Wait, Paul, I was about to say because Whack was, butt naked in the room doing nothing.
For sure, yeah.
That's how you know you a comedian. You saw where the joke was going. nigga.
Yeah. All right, so now skip forward like
This is
forward like
unfortunate.
7 minutes.
I don't know how far we can take this subject because
We
it's
can't
just
take
it
work-
is what it is. Like
They took it
Yeah.
to 2 podcasts. We can get them niggas 13 minutes.
Yeah, we're not even gonna reach the end of our 13-minute timer. Like, I just want to skip forward just so you can see the level. Matter of fact,
if your girl did it,
do it even more graciously. Like, move forward even more graciously just to see the fact. No, go forward.
Okay.
But what was you about to say?
Way more.
What were you about to say?
if your girl
there, yeah,
did
right there.
this, right? Of course, we talked about this a little bit in the pre-show about like sending it to friends. That,
Oh, yeah,
that
yeah.
context is like, all right, I guess.
It's kind of whatever.
About your girl sending
But-
it to her friends, because out of context, that sounds crazy.
Well, to her friends, of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah.
That's just like normal. It's like, fuck it, I care,
it
but I
happens.
don't.
It happens,
But to
yeah.
your enemies, nigga,
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
like, what would you even do? Like, I might.
Well, that's the thing. This is just another display of Shay's power. That's all that is.
Is she
And her delusion, because you got to think.
Why do we keep?
She's exposing him for having a small dick, but what does that say about you? That's the dick that you suck.
No. That doesn't matter because we know she's getting.
Yeah.
We know based off what Akademiks says, she's gotten at least $500,000 off that. Yeah. Suck the little dick if you get
I
you got at
guess,
least $500,000 off of it.
guess.
Everybody understands. You know what I'm saying?
And,
But
and we keep calling her
But
his
she-
girl. That's his concubine, nigga. Like, this is not a relationship.
but
You
all
get what
we
I mean?
know
This
is
is
that
mortal enemy.
I think she sent it to the completely right person because nobody else has this energy to do this. So you did send it to the right person.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She sent it to the
sent
right
it to
The
the right
Troy Ave, Adam, and Wack. Who else? Was it just them?
Just them. But that's the crazy thing. You
That's
send it to
the
Troy Ave, and
Oh,
Troy
Trinity.
and Troy Ave is signed to the academy. Like, why would he cover that?
She
You know what I'm
tried to pollute the curriculum.
saying?
nigga.
Yeah, that's fucked. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of.
She
That's,
came for his
How you gonna
man.
look a
She
nigga
coming
in
for
the
the
face when
business.
you seen his meat?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
different.
she
now.
coming for the
It's
business.
different now.
Like,
Yeah.
imagine his next contract negotiation. It's like, you kind of half a man. Nigga.
Yeah.
You're a prepubescent man.
It's kind of fucked up. But yeah, just hit play just because we skipped forward quite a bit, and they're probably still talking about it.
If it's Bobby's World, don't even go get the blood test.
Yeah, this
Bobby's world. But if Ack lost weight, he wouldn't have a big head like that anymore,
It'd
right?
be even bigger. smaller body makes the head look bigger.
I think,
bro,
like,
know he got cranium?
Bro,
That's my nigga.
if he
I
lost
know he got
weight, his
cranium.
head would probably look like Blueface's head.
No, his head's not going to shrink. That's his cranium.
You don't.
Craniums don't shrink.
You're underestimating how
just
much of
learned
a
that
person's
word.
head that is at his BMI is consisting of fat. His head would look like a much smaller.
Pause real quick in this. Akademiks does have a large head, regardless of BMI.
Nigga, without context, I was like, whoa, which head are they talking about? Like, if he loses weight, his head gets bigger? Whoa. What the fuck?
Yeah.
I thought
That goes
as well.
for both ways.
But when you say cranium and put context,
Yeah,
it's like,
put context.
nigga, that's the skeletal
You
structure.
cannot be talking about
Yeah,
a
nah.
piece.
But I mean, they still talking about the nigga 30 minutes later.
That's crazy.
And
They
it's
went from
pop-
his bottom head to his top head.
Yeah, they're working
Yeah.
that. Yeah, this
They ain't even got to his lower body
is
yet.
sick, bro.
full
So
spectrum.
Yeah.
that happened.
I'm sorry, Akademiks.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. Like I do feel bad about this.
You know what I mean?
And does it suck that, like, because I saw a lot of niggas in the comments that was like, this was the best episode of the Adam and Wack show in a minute.
Hell no. Oh, in
Nah.
a minute?
In a minute.
Possibly. In a minute. But it's not even, I can't even give them that because it's like the subject matter. They've had better episodes with higher quality content.
But that just goes
Higher
to show
quality
you
conversation.
That just goes to show you how much passion they're not showing in these conversations.
In the other
In
conversations.
the other,
you mean.
that
Yeah,
exactly.
oh, yeah,
you get what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
So it's like, yeah.
But I also-
this is the first subject they actually feel like something about.
And I
This
think
rejuvenated the podcast.
it rejuvenated
I
the
doubt
podcast. And I think this was a little bit of Adam's get back at Ak because apparently Lena had a problem with how hard Akademiks was going on reporting the stream on Jason Love.
Yeah.
That whole debacle, like apparently them
really?
jokes and them
Well,
punchlines was hitting a little too hard.
Remember, he watched it live.
Oh yeah, I do remember that,
Yeah.
but I didn't know she had a problem with that.
Apparently.
I thought the stream issue that she had was from the original time that they met, like
And-
before Adam
it's-
and Wack were
and
even
granted,
together.
It's probably all that compounded. Like,
compounded.
you know,
It's
she's
com-
not going to
compounded.
forget that happened.
And-
It's just an addition.
I have heard of that too, but also Adam was like kind of cool about it because he was like, yeah, you know, fuck it, streaming, you know, hype it up. You know,
yeah,
get
he
people
did say
to
that.
Well,
But
buy
then he
into it.
called
it's-
afterward. He called afterward and said, "Nah, nigga, you kind of did a little too much. Like I said, do it, but hey, come
But
on."
I think that's on behalf of having an unhappy wife at home.
Exactly.
Nigga. It's
That's
like
That's what it was.
Like secretly under the table, he been
He
like,
was
"Nigga,
okay
I
with
think
it.
you was
Yeah.
cooking,
Yeah.
but my wife is mad and
For
I
sure.
can't go back home and
Yeah.
get pussy because she's mad at me about it."
True.
Let me say something.
That is true.
And he did. I think he said in this interview or on this podcast that he views Akademiks making jokes on Leonard getting fucked by a black dude in the same bucket as talking about his little dick.
Exactly.
He did say that.
He said
did
that's
say
fair
that.
play.
I was just about to say it's the same thing.
Yeah, he said that.
It's in the same category of deplorability. Nigga.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in retaliation, well, that's it for this then. So that happened. Let's move over to this next one. So while all this is happening with Akademiks and Adam and Wack 100 to talk about his meet, he's on vacation with Shy Glizzy, and he finally comes back from vacation. The first hour, he's going crazy. He's crashing out on everybody. He's crashing out on because also in the meantime, while this is also happening, is like the Lil Boom, aka Lil Groom allegations pop up.
Yeah.
So he's coming, but he takes 5 days off, and he's coming back to a mountain of drama, 100% geared around him. You know what I'm saying?
It's like living in a house with all women and you've been gone all day. Nigga,
Yeah.
that trash is to the ceiling.
Nigga,
Yeah.
his
They ain't
homie
taking shit out.
Yeah, his homie touching Pampers and shit. Like it's a bunch of weird shit going
so,
on.
but he's just dealing with the Adam thing first. But in that, bro, he was crashing the fuck out, bro. He was going so in.
Wouldn't you? He has a lot on his plate right now.
He does, bro.
Because he's been had that crazy bitch side.
And I'm not gonna lie. So when this crash out stream happened, in my mind I was thinking, and this is what everybody collectively is saying, we already know Akademiks is hard on thoughts, blah, blah, blah. Now you can't be mad at Adam because y'all are in the same boat, kinda. You try to hold it against her that she fucked Jason Love, but at the same time, your girlfriend has been cheating on you with these nobodies. And there's that video she posted, and you're laying on the couch, kind of looking down bad, and she's like, and he said, and then he says in the video, I know you cheat on me and do me dirty, but it's like, it's whatever. And so like that got released.
And
so
he's supposed to be the prize.
he's supposed to be I'm the prize nigga. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
He's supposed to be the nigga cheating.
yeah. So niggas are almost on some shit where it's like they want to back him into a corner because you really logically and justifiably, what can you really say to anybody at this point, right? You're living this false reality and shit. Akademiks never fails. That nigga don't give a fuck. If you back him into a corner, he's going down, swinging, He crashed out on everybody in the comments.
Yep.
He don't give a fuck. He shit on his fans.
He's a man on fire.
He really did.
Yeah, he shit
Really
on.
did.
He's a man on fire.
This is called something. We might have to look this word up.
Kamikaze?
Like, but
Yep.
it has to be a disorder. Like, it's something that people actually do.
In
That
terms
it's
of
like
what?
they get backed up in the corners, like fuck everybody. It has
Fight
to
or
be
flight,
something.
nigga.
It's fight or flight. Yeah, it's fight or flight. And
It's
he-
called panicking. Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, he's
don't
not.
know.
and
This
He's
is a
not,
man
he's not
panicking.
running. He's
Yeah,
not running.
yeah, no.
Ack is not running.
He's choosing to fight every time.
Yo, so bro, so when this stream first started, because it kind of started off a little cool, and then just niggas, Adam started texting him during the stream. That's when shit got lit.
Things got amped.
Texting them what?
Texting him like,
Little tags.
trying to apologize in text. Nigga, you already dropped 2 podcasts about my dick, bruh. Stop trying to text me while I'm on live stream talking to my people. Now I'm about to crash out on you.
You had your fun. It's my turn.
It's my
for
turn.
this exchange.
You're literally trying to text me live while I'm on stream. Yeah, you got me fucked. I'm crashing out now.
And you think that means
Because it's 2 videos.
It's 2.
Like,
you did
that's
2
a
full,
lot.
You did 2 full podcasts about me, bruh.
Full.
Full podcast. Not no. This wasn't a no. He didn't jump on No Jumper News real quick.
Not like it was informational
Yeah.
or something like
The
nigga,
title might say reacts, but that was not a clip, nigga.
Nah,
that, was,
yeah.
that was the
how to
full thing.
avoid this shit. Like, nah, it was just
So
talking
when he
shit
was
about his
crashing
dick.
out, there was a moment in this. Academics, I was so on his side. I was so on his side in this shit because I was like, "Fuck it, nigga, you look bad out here. Let's go out blazing." Like I was hype. I was on his side because what else are we gonna do? He's not about to give us no logical. I don't even want logic.
You're on his side for the wrong reasons.
I am. That's fine.
Yeah, you
Crash
wanna
out,
see him,
nigga.
yeah.
Crash out. When that nigga said during the stream, you know what's the difference between me and you pussies? I said, nigga, what? I'm like,
Yeah,
go
yeah,
crash, nigga. Fuck these niggas in the chat. Fuck me. Fuck you. Fuck everybody, nigga. Crash out, nigga. I
You
was
see,
like,
AJ's a fan of bare knuckle boxing. He's like, his gore level tolerance is different than the
my-
average consumer.
it
This
is.
nigga.
Yeah.
bro, because what is Academics gonna do? Apologize? Be like, yeah, I know y'all just saw me get. I just got fucked up.
You don't see a silver lining into a nigga being completely self accountable and accepting what happened to him.
There
We're
is
past
a
that. We're past that.
nah.
He
Is it
has to be
too late?
completely though.
No, not yet.
It has to be genuine.
And it has to be genuine.
But if it happens, I think that lands.
No, it lands, but it's too hot right now, bro. It's so much going on.
Right, okay, this is
he's
the timing
literally-
of it all.
He's in a war zone when in his home he's in a war zone.
And that's not what Academics does. He never
That's not
takes
what
the
he-
balance route. So it's like
fuck the balance route, nigga.
okay.
Crash out, nigga. This
he
is
was
why
just
I'm
cussing
here.
out what's her name? Carisha.
Everybody got it that day, bro.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
got on Twitter that day. He crashed out on stream that day.
He was typing with his toes that
He
day.
went,
nigga.
yeah, he
Yeah.
went down the line, bro.
For sure.
Nobody was safe, and I loved every moment.
But I
of
think
it.
I know what Tone is talking about because, like, at a certain level, it's like, bro, it's clear that you're on the losing side of things. It's time to just own up to it a little bit.
Yes,
Like,
nigga.
it's clear. There's nothing you can say to make niggas love you more. Like,
And it's not even own up to it. It's nothing to own up to. Like
It's
your
the-
dick got exposed.
but
It's not
even
your
just
fault.
that. It's just the,
but
it's the all the shit she did, and this nigga still with her.
it's-
Like
it's-
that alone, nigga. Like,
it's like he can joke about it in a way that's like, you know, like they lying, y'all. Like it wasn't that small. Like I don't know what you
That's
could
not what
do.
he does, though.
That's not gonna
I don't
save
know
him.
what you could do.
That's not gonna do anything for him. That damn near confirms that his dick is micro
but
low key, yeah,
by trying to
low key.
defend it.
But also
Yeah,
that he still
true.
with Shorty, that just makes him look like a bozo too. All the shit she doing.
See, that's
But this
it's
shows
a
that
tough-
his dick is micro too. Like this nigga's just berating on stream. Like he's just crashing out.
Nah, I don't know. Nigga.
I love it.
I'm about to say I don't know why I'm looking
He
at you.
loves
This-
it for different reasons. It's not. It's he doesn't love it for act.
Right,
He
of
loves it
course.
for him.
I like it. Listen. So this is another. this is another thing. So
Your sick fantasies.
I want the best for Academics too, right? Like I don't want because I know somebody asked, do they think like he's gonna just like fizzle out this year? I do not want Academics to like fizzle out on any point.
think he's gonna-
But at the same time, when you're living with a terrorist,
He got to get that bitch out of there.
I mean, like I can want all the logic in the world for you. You lay your head next to a terrorist every
gotta get
night.
her out of
Willingly.
What else is he supposed to do? You know what I'm saying? Like nothing can change in his life until she's gone. Actually,
He must really believe in
like
God.
literally, nothing can change until she's gone.
Hey,
And she's the only
Academics,
reason I'm losing a little bit of respect for this nigga. She's the only reason.
get that. Yeah, fuck.
But it's
Get that same
but you
thousand
see the
out
thing
your life,
is-
nigga.
You see the thing is, it's her, but it's him. This
But
is
that's
a
why.
symptom
That's
of
what I'm
him.
saying.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you really pointing me in the direction of what all these niggas that hate you say, nigga.
He's
Like,
just
I'm like the fuck.
He's exposing his true colors. That's what we're really
We talked
seeing
about
right
this
now.
before.
This is as real as it gets.
What you take.
This is the real.
And I've never wanted to believe it, but it keeps getting doubled down on. Like,
It's
this
happening.
nigga really is
Oh,
this
it's
nigga.
happening.
His life is a movie in a sense to where it's like, what would happen to for all intents and purposes, a nerd or
Yeah.
an incel type guy
Yeah.
if we gave him the world? What would he do with it? This is what this is.
And it's
Yeah.
just one of those things where
what it
it's
feels
like
like,
the mask that he's kind of been putting on, like the whole like hard on thought shit. It's just kind of slowly phasing away. You feel me? Like
It does. It also makes me
But-
get angry at his terminology. Now I'm starting to be one of them niggas like, stop using street terminology to describe online battles. Now I'm getting sick of that.
But this is a real
This
sad
is not
thing
a
because
good
we
metaphor.
talked about it like on a previous episodes. Like what you're able to take is kind of how you feel about yourself.
Oh, yeah,
So it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
this nigga feels terrible about himself. Like he
Yeah.
wants to cry at night. He probably does. He obviously has the Henny nigga to fucking lay him
So
in
how do
bed.
y'all? So real quick, do y'all feel like this was a breaking point stream?
No.
Nah.
Y'all saw it?
Nah, not breaking point.
See, in my mind, he was broke 3 months ago.
Yes.
He was already
Yeah.
broken. He was
Yeah.
broke. So this is just. I think he's dragging this crash out longer than I've ever expected.
Because-
and this is like, for me, this is already we're past all that. I've dealt with I've dealt with a terrorist before. I know where he's at. And the fact that he didn't leave, I left.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I'm thinking about myself. If I was still with this terrorist 3-4 months later, nigga, I'm with you.
and
this
he
is
probably-
this is what happens.
He probably didn't.
Like-
He probably didn't utter the words "big act" this whole stream because it's probably going to be a bunch of niggas
You know
like
what?
"Big
I don't
what?"
even think I
He
heard
didn't want to
that.
set himself
Yeah,
up.
go ahead.
I
He did not want to set himself up. That's the easy punch.
Yeah, you didn't hear that, huh?
Yeah, I don't think I did.
I don't- I
At
didn't
least
watch it.
don't
Nah,
he
remember.
said big act. He said
He
big
did,
act.
okay.
Yeah, he said it.
I already-
This is,
I
this
watched
is,
the hour
this is
that
another
shit,
thing
he
too. Like academic stream, I watch academics. You know what I'm saying? I zoomed in on the chat. Oh my god, the chat was fucking ruthless.
It was on fire.
Holy
Flaming him.
Against
nigga.
or with him?
Sure.
Oh, against, of course.
Against, yeah,
like
sure.
there's a moment in the stream when he's just like this, like looking at the stream. Yeah, fuck you niggas. Yeah, you can get the fuck out. Yeah, like he's broke, nigga. It's over.
And then he's trying to like
It's
reach
over.
out to his core, talking about, see, them niggas, they not real chat niggas. Like,
Yeah.
shit, he trying to reach out to them
Nigga,
and
I
shit.
don't. He was like, if that's how you feel, I don't need you. Fucking
But
leave.
this is the
I'm like,
beautiful part about ACT is that everything happens live. There's no pre-plan. Like the emotion you're seeing is the emotion that's happening. So it's like we just have to see what's happening next week with the nigga.
For sure.
Because it's like he's obviously going to go
And
through
I
his
also
phases.
sympathize with him. And I 100% think, and let me be clear too, the reason that he crashed out on Adam too is because not only did that happen, but Shay Glizzy actually called and this nigga Adam was on the phone with him. I had to crash out on that nigga too. What the fuck you doing talking about bitch?
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck if I'm laying with a terrorist. Like, why are you talking to my bitch, bro? Like, literally, what the fuck are you doing right now? Like,
You just-
and Adam, that's what he did say in this rant. Cause he's like, bro, it's one thing she sent you all this shit, but you over here keep keying with my bitch. Like literally, like
Laughing about my dick, nigga.
Yeah,
That's a breach
ne-
of treaty.
nigga, what?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Like we know she don't have no
That's
morals.
crazy.
So, but you answer the phone, and then of course Adam's final stream, he's like, I apologize. Cause I do understand why that would piss him off. I'm like, yes, nigga, cause he described what happened. He was like, she called me like, yo, pick up the phone, like call me right now.
It's an emergency.
His
If
dick
anybody-
is shrinking.
If anybody that I know, girlfriend calls me talking about call me now is an emergency, bitch, call the police, call your parents. Why are you calling me? Where is my nigga at?
Bitch, I'm
You know what
literally-
saying?
It depends.
They're in a different time zone, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Oh, they in a different time zone.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Then
It's
that's a
different.
completely
Yeah,
different
that's-
situation.
yeah. I
If we
see
in the
just-
same city and like
If we're in the same city or something like that, yeah, like obviously you called me for a reson, like, or he told you to call me or something, but yeah, you just sent me a dick pic a couple days ago.
oh yeah, nah.
Yeah.
I forgot about the context.
Like,
This is an
Yeah.
unsavory call.
This is the same chick that just sent you a dick pic of this nigga.
Yeah.
72 hours ago.
I'm
Like,
thinking she wants some dick next.
bro, I'm not having no conversation with you. So yeah, I
Yeah.
can understand academics crash out too, even though he doesn't have like
Legs to stand on.
the real legs,
Right, right.
actual legs to stand on. Fuck it, nigga. Fuck that nigga. Yeah, like in this week, yeah, fuck Adam. And then he also said some other real shit too, which I definitely feel act on this too. Like he was like, nigga, we had an understanding. Like
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
I've helped you settled lawsuits and told you what I did to beat lawsuits that have saved you hundreds of thousands of dollars. So it's like, that is another thing too. Like, we might not be homies, but we're homies enough to where like you can bring me a problem that I've experienced and I give you advice that saves you $100,000
Or get you out of actual legal trouble.
or get you out of actual legal trouble. So it's
Yeah.
like we do have a certain level of
Professionalism between each
Professionalism,
other. Their acquaintance professionally, because there was even situations, you know, the whole Adam 16 allegations. Academics didn't really touch on that. Now
Yeah.
that was
Well, that was part of
intentional.
it. That's what he's talking about.
It's
Yeah.
intentional,
That was
yeah.
part of it.
But that's the thing is like we've exchanged positive interactions in the past.
Where
like,
I didn't feed into your
It's-
bullshit,
it's
so you
clear
shouldn't
we've
feed
had
into mine.
levels.
In the
Yeah.
I feel comfortable enough to call you and be like, "Hey, you went too hard on my bitch."
yeah.
So it's
literally.
like
And there was enough of a relationship there for that
a
to even
lot
happen.
of vulnerability between both them niggas.
yeah.
And yeah, I guess Adam took it too far on the content side, like 2 videos. One video was just like, all right,
2
like
full podcasts, and then this was, I'm not gonna lie, this is what was disgusting about the second podcast. Him and Adam and Wack are now kikiing and giggling because they're like, so guys, Akademiks is still on vacation, and you know, we're not really sure what his response is gonna be just yet, y'all. Like, he should be streaming tomorrow night. We're
so you kind of egging it on like a WWE.
and on top of that, like, we're kikiing about our excitement to how mad he's gonna get at us.
Yeah, that's crazy.
The fuck, like, we don't
Yeah.
know if there's gonna be any reaction to what our lad podcast, but you know, we're only a couple days displaced from it, and Act still hasn't streamed. We're just waiting. It's like, nigga, nah, bro.
Adam's a little creepy
That's a little crazy.
Adam's
bro.
a little
Yeah.
creepy.
Yeah, bro.
because it's like he analyzed Act's piece. He was looking like, oh, that's what that side of the room looks like. Like, nigga, what?
Yeah.
Like, what are you
Yeah.
talking about? Like,
He saw the
bro.
fourth wall break.
his mind is working.
He's
You know-
also a corn star, so he probably has a different sensitivity to other niggas.
A different
dicks.
perspective, but
Yeah.
like still, it's like it's a nigga that you know personally.
You know, I think
You know what
Adam
I'm
has just like showed a lot of instances where virality and clout will have him forgetting like basic
morality.
Yeah.
moralities.
Yeah.
Between
Human shit.
people. Yeah, like
But
between
what's the
people.
difference between him and Joe? Because I feel like they be doing the same shit.
Not
but
the same.
I think Adam he's just in a whole different like
What do you mean in terms of the
smuttier
same
lane.
shit? In terms of virality?
in terms of like I'm gonna fuck with my co-host because that gets a bunch of views. Like fuck it.
think
Like they're
that's
both on the
completely-
same type of time. Like where it's kind of like content over, you know,
Content over
most
everything,
things.
pretty
And
much.
sometimes in some instances, like I don't know, Adam is fucking
Adam-
is
That's
the worst.
different.
Adam is the worst.
That's different than fucking with your co-host, the academic thing.
But
That's like
it's
a
still the
complete
same.
different-
He fucks with Rory. It's
He
Joe
does.
Budden.
Adam
Let's
has-
just think about Joe Budden.
Yeah.
Adam has no moral code.
Yeah, literally.
Joe Budden has one
That's what
that
I'm saying.
many people would say is a little distorted.
It's too
But,
low, maybe.
Yeah, like
But Adam's
there's
is still-
there's a
It's
sliver
none.
of
And
something.
it's also they're in 2 different fields, kind of 2 different games. Like Joe Budden isn't just interviewing some like bloke off the street, nigga.
Well,
you know
and
what I'm
not,
saying?
and not only that, Joe Budden's his platform isn't built off of like the
That-
gangs of Jersey.
You
Exactly.
get what I'm so
You know
it's,
what I'm
it's a
saying?
completely
It's
different.
not-
but
yeah. So it's
when Joe and especially past Joe, when he would see that opportunity, you get what I'm saying? It's like,
Yeah.
oh, like this is something I can poke the bear.
Right.
He would poke that bear.
right for sure. Yeah, but yeah,
and you know,
man.
we do that here, but it's certain bears that are known not to get poked. Like there's a boundary.
It's certain ethical lines that we have.
There's a joke.
that is like,
there's a level of joke that you're not gonna make towards Lauren because you actually respect this nigga.
yeah, for sure.
it's just like my bitch called you.
Yeah, it's a little different than just content over everything. Like,
What the fuck? Like what the fuck? I don't even
You
know.
can look at it the same way, but
I'm blocking
it's
her
just-
already.
it's
It's a deeper
the-
level of it.
Adam is worse.
Yeah,
obviously.
yeah, it's a deeper
But
level of it.
It doesn't
Joe,
get worse.
It's kind of crazy how like we just
Oh
shitting
yeah,
on
Joe
Adam.
got the hookah story though.
Yeah, but that's
Joe
not the
got the
same.
hookah
That's,
story though.
yeah,
She came over to the house though.
Yeah.
Oh,
But that's
real quick,
also,
you might have
but
to-
hold on.
you
They
might have to-
also weren't in a relationship.
together at the
And that's
time. That's
way
very
late. They
true.
weren't in a
That's very true.
relationship, and like,
And
I-
he wasn't being like.
And I'm not trying to give him
terrorized.
the out, but it's a different thing than like I'm with this chick right now and she set
They're-
she set
they're
you
kinda
the
crazy.
pick.
They're-
They're both
It's
crazy.
not
Tone.
boiling
Tone.
hot, but it's still
Tone.
lukewarm.
If
It's
your
lukewarm.
ex
It's lukewarm.
came
It's-
over my
it's hot.
crib
It's a sizzle
for
boil.
hookah, nigga.
Nigga,
Yeah.
exactly.
If you found out it was
Exactly.
hookah, not weed,
Exactly.
Yeah.
it's nigga, what?
Hookah means we're spending at least an hour and a half together.
First of all, you have to
Hookah
warm up
means
the
that
core.
we're sharing a mouthpiece.
Yeah.
We swab saliva.
Yeah.
Especially
Nigga,
when it's in the house.
You
like,
have to warm up the coals. You have to like
This
get the
is a 2-hour
aluminum
process
foil.
minimum.
You
All
gotta
of that
plug
is setting the vibe. You setting the
Bro,
vibe low key.
Yeah, nah, that's deplorable.
That's
crazy.
true.
You don't
That's
smoke
true.
hookah in light settings. It's always somewhere kind of dark
You
and mellow.
gotta,
It's a
yeah,
vibe,
you hit
yeah.
the dimmer. You hit the dimmer switch.
Bean bags and shit.
Yeah, like
yeah.
you know,
Nigga,
So what is it you wanted to talk about?
nah,
like
there's
this.
no level.
You know what I'm saying?
There's no level.
Hand on the fucking couch.
One time, a girl that you used to mess with, she came to me and like tried to have like a little. It was all for positive purposes.
Yeah.
But the gist of it is, she was telling me something that she didn't want him to know. I was like, in my head, I'm like, bitch, I'm telling this nigga as soon as you leave.
Immediately,
Like,
Yeah,
she
right,
probably
right.
wasn't even fully gone yet before I started telling
Before
this
you
nigga.
already,
Literally,
yeah, right,
literally.
Just all principle.
Yeah.
That's how it is with you niggas, though. That's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah,
That's how
but
it's supposed to
this
be.
is different.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
because if
yeah.
I'd
But
like,
in
if I'd have just seen her call, I'm just first of all, if she said, if one of my homies or even one of my acquaintances' girlfriend, who I know is a terrorist because we've all been watching the same storyline unfold for the last 4 months or whatever,
We're
right?
all on her close friends.
We're all seen this. As soon as she sent the dick pic, if she wasn't blocked, she's getting blocked then. Because now you don't even need to communicate with me. What? And then the fuck? You're sending me a dick pic? I'm blocking you. Like,
nah.
well, this is weird as hell. Like, you can't even communicate with me. You go-
Unsolicited.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro.
Yeah, dog. And
You
it's,
might have to unfollow on Instagram too. You don't know what she's gonna post.
Oh yeah.
yeah, I was about to say. It's
And
so
we
weird.
just saw that. And we just saw that her profile was a private because we were trying to look at what her thing was.
Mm-hmm.
So if you were even, you sat and waited to get accepted into the request. It's fucked up too.
Yeah, nah.
That's,
And like these are niggas with notoriety. There's no telling how long that took.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? She probably accepted it within 35
Might have been a
seconds.
Of course.
Yeah.
But that's crazy. I hit your account's private. That should be a deterrent enough.
Yeah.
You don't need to follow my girl if her profile's private. If it's not, then you can follow. You know
It's
what I'm
almost
saying?
like it was a setup. And how it's
Right,
wondering
it's like so many tests
how
that these niggas fail.
how close is Adam and Ack? Like, what is their relationship?
I think one of them thought that they were closer than what they actually are.
Academics has made that
And I think Ack has just been genuine from the start. Like he wasn't watching
Not
the
100%,
Jason fucking
Nah, I
Jason
don't-
Lee video.
I can't say that.
He wasn't watching it on some like trying to disrespect Adam, but it was just like, yo,
Nah, he said at first he wasn't going to do it, and Adam told him to do it because he wanted
Yeah.
the content. He wanted like more.
He wanted more
eyes,
marketing.
more
More
eyes.
marketing.
Yeah,
Virality.
more virality. Yeah.
I mean, any nigga that is framing his questions as titles for YouTube videos, you already know where his head lies, nigga. He has an agenda.
I just wonder why Academics doesn't fully commit to the crash out on Adam and like never fuck with him for real and like treat him like Rory Amal.
I don't know, man. I think Academics history is actually starting to catch up for me, and like my viewership of him. Like his
Academics history.
yeah, like his overall history of how he does his stream content. Like it makes me feel like less sympathy for him personally.
No, I don't. I don't just because.
Because sometimes it feels hypocritical. It's like you,
Oh, but I've accepted that.
yeah, you know what I'm saying?
You
It's
can't
like
accept that and just continue to enjoy it.
I don't know. Like, I'm not saying I'm enjoying it. No, I'm enjoying it.
Not
I'm enjoying
everybody
it.
likes bare knuckle boxing.
Yeah.
No. I'm enjoying the content. Don't get me wrong. I'm enjoying the content, but it's not like I hold this nigga in high regard. You know what I'm saying? Like,
But
Yeah, I
You know
still
what I mean?
respect his business part, but that's about it.
yeah, that's about it. Like,
there
you know
is
what
a
I mean?
certain level of humanity to where I'm wondering how much more can he take before this nigga starts thinking about the afterlife and it being a better place than here. Because, nigga, this is a real thing that can happen.
Nah, the way he talks about money is that
He
would
know-
never
he
happen.
loves
It
his
was
Yeah,
like-
I'm
he's
really
good.
that
good.
for another nigga that might like
Yeah.
That could
if,
be the
if Act didn't get on stream with that energy, I would be scared. I would be thinking self-deletion might be getting close.
Yeah.
Like if he was like, it's just a lot happening, y'all. Like, I don't even know. I can't handle it. And he starts, if Act ever does that,
Yeah.
now I'm worried about his safety.
Yeah,
That's a little
he's
crazy.
fought
Like,
through too much to actually
fought
care
through
about
too
that
much
now.
Yeah.
to off
yeah,
himself.
yeah,
bruh.
he's fought through too much.
He got his mom still that
Yeah,
like
he's
lives
good.
locally. Like he's done too.
And I hope he stays good. You know
And
what I'm
he's an
saying?
immigrant, so it's like that first start of like, nigga, like, I got money now. Like, nah, he's not leaving. He's not
Throw
going
it away.
anywhere.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
nah,
so,
fuck that
like-
shit.
It's just
But
when he
Act-
says I take shit like this serious, I'm like, well, nigga, you never do that for nobody else. Like, the
See,
fuck?
I had
Same
this.
thing.
I was battling
You're
with.
supposed to say that.
I was battling with my not respect for academics, but just like what is happening over there like months ago. Like months ago.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I've already worked past that. So
I think I'm
now-
at that stage.
Yeah. See, I'm already past that because I'm like, well, he's still with the bitch. So who cares?
But
like,
that's making it so worse for me. Like,
that's not. I've accepted it now. Like the first couple times we were covering it, when it was like she's ruining his Discord, she's dropping his stomach pictures, and like that's when I was like, why does he stay with this bitch? And then I said, you know what? He's not leaving her.
Yeah, nah.
Let me be okay with it. Why am I tripping? You know what I'm saying?
You're more worried about it than he is, and that's a problem. You see, the thing is, like,
I can't want that for you if you don't want it for yourself. So now I get to just sit back and enjoy it.
you don't want
Once
the
the-
people you like to watch to do good though.
you do.
I do, but I can't stop that.
But I lost hope for the nigga back in the Selena Powell days, bro, because
Yeah.
obviously his decision making is not up to par.
Bro.
So I never expected him. This is exactly what I thought he would end up in.
Bro, and like, and this a thing too, bro. Even your like niggas with that one bitch, bro. It's just
That's
you're
tough.
close. You might lose your closest nigga for a couple
That's
months.
tough, man.
Like,
Academics-
like it's like that power. Like, let's be
tough.
clear about what a woman can do when
the-
she really got you.
the
Like
past
crack in the 80s.
Yes, nigga,
Academics
like-
past has shown that this nigga is tender dick. Like
Yeah,
just
yeah.
off rip.
This
all it's
happens.
ever been.
That's,
This happens,
he's just a
yeah.
little bit tender, a little flimsy, but
And we've all seen it. We've all
He's
been through
average.
it. We've all been through it.
Allegedly.
We've all seen it,
Yeah.
and we've all been affected by it by either somebody in us or around us or us personally. Like everybody has a moment where they've dealt with like a crazy ass bitch that
Yep.
they literally couldn't escape. They could, but like they couldn't.
Yeah.
But or you know what I'm saying?
And
Like
that shit'll have you looking at your homie like, who did I think you are?
yeah, literally, yeah, bro, yeah.
And
So it's like
couldn't-
we've all seen it
Yeah.
before.
But most niggas grow past it. It's just like a nigga
At some
like
point,
this.
we just unfortunately we're watching him do it. We
Because
all
this
kind of
is what-
experienced that in our early 20s.
this is
early
what he's used
high
to.
school shit.
this is what he used
Literally.
to.
And we
Yeah.
say this every time we talk about this nigga is he's experiencing shit he should have had 10 years ago.
Yeah,
Facts.
pretty much. Yeah,
That's all it ever been. That's always gonna be the answer for this nigga. So I guess we'll just continue to document his downfall until
yeah. But
he stops falling.
But to be fair, like I was checking Akademiks page every day. I was excited. I
It's
missed
good content.
I missed the nigga. He didn't stream for 5 days. I said, "Where's Ak? This is
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
It's piling up out here, nigga. It's time to start knocking some of these shit down." I didn't think he was gonna come through and just let the chopper go like that. I thought he would just kind of.
Pick his head in every now and then.
Yeah, just kind of avoid it. Hell no, he was chopping the mountain down of allegations and issues.
More of everything
Whether
is
it was
active.
good, whether it was good or whether it was a good response or not, that nigga tackled that shit head on, bro. And I respect that shit.
He's a big part of the ecosystem.
Yeah, I
Like more
respect
of
it, bro.
everybody's active when this nigga's active.
Yeah, bro.
It's a huge part of the system.
Yeah, shit's lit.
I mean, I guess shout out to Academics. I mean, shit.
Shout out to Academics. You'll make it through this. We all been here.
He'll
bro.
make it through.
Keep your head up, nigga.
Yeah,
We haven't all been there, but we all are aware of what is over there.
I think we've all been there, but not all of us have been here for this long. Possibly.
I don't know. I'm like,
Nah, this is specific. This
Nah,
is
this
this
is-
is Act story, nigga. This
You're
is
right. You're right. We haven't
is
all
Ak's
been here.
story.
We've all
Not this far.
what?
kind of understand what's happening. We've seen it
We've
before.
all- Almost been here.
We've been out of ourselves. Like, you know what I'm saying? We've lost
Yeah.
ourselves and a different, but we don't go this far.
We can empathize with the nigga.
Yeah,
I empathize
sure.
for
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
I understand where you went wrong, but I'm not saying I made the same mistake.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah, man. So outside of
Scams.
this,
It's so disheartening.
amidst all this, outside of that, Adam 22 and Akademiks crash out. What also has been happening while Ak is gone is Lil Boom has been put on the chopping block as Lil Groom because he was in Walmart and he had a charge. 1090 Jake has a video. I'll link it to the description just because 1090 Jake does the research. God damn it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's not really missing any. There's never any plot
And
holes
it's
or anything.
not really
like
a
that.
hard case at this point.
It's
You
not
feel
really
me,
a hard
with Lil
case
Bone.
either. Once
Very punctual.
Once that goddamn footage came out, it was like, okay,
And then
what's happening?
He looked like he did it too. I saw the video. The nigga's shirt was all wrinkly and shit.
He was in
He was
pajamas.
wearing short, like dirty
He
shorts.
was in pajamas. It was
I'm
just,
like, yeah, man.
He
this
looked
nigga
like
did
every
that.
nigga that walked on a Chris Hansen set.
and this is the thing,
nigga did it.
literally, and this is the thing too. Like, I already was like kind of clowning him for his vampire teeth that are like up at the top, but it's like this is a crime with a nigga with canines like that. Like this is the type of crime that they commit.
And you would have never thought.
eat
Well, I
children.
would have never thought because it's like he first came out. Yeah, he first came out like whole with the fuck Steph Curry, fuck KD.
See, I never heard that song, and then I listened
Yeah.
to it. I was like, wow, this is really trash. This
Yeah,
is
yeah.
actually terrible. Yeah, this is really, really.
It was a
bad.
meme at first.
Yeah, so it's disgusting. It's Nigga Boom is fucking lame as fuck. Like, long story short, he's always been lame. He's always been kind of a weirdo.
Man, look at this guy.
But long story short, he's in the Walmart and he gets a battery case. I don't know how 1090 Jake's acts, but we can play a little bit of it. Yeah, just go ahead and run the beginning. If anything, just mark it so that I could go through.
All right.
Yeah, what's up, everybody?
It looked like his head is just floating there.
It does. He really looks like Bobby from King of the Hill.
Man, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of EOS. It's 1090 Jake, man. I'm rocking with y'all rocking with me. And for this video, we're going to be speaking
Camera
on
had to
Adam
refocus.
22,
the same
exposing the
walls.
first rapper of 2024. Less than 2 weeks into the new year, and Adam 22 is starting off with a boom, literally. Adam would share a Facebook post to his Instagram story by the Ocala Police Department. The post would read, "Update. Thanks to our Facebook followers, this person was identified. His name is Shannon Jawan Adams, 23. He also goes by Lil Boom." Originally, the post read, "Can you identify? We need your help identifying this person of interest. He was seen walking around inside the Walmart located on Easy Street. Inside Walmart, he inappropriately touched the backside of multiple people, including children." Adam would savagely at Lil Boom, asking how is this real while laughing his ass off. The next day, a post to No Jumper's Instagram would get Lil Boom's attention after not only posting close-up surveillance pictures, but Facebook comments left on the police department's page of a woman claiming her and her daughter were also followed around the same store.
Wait,
Lil Boom
pause.
would comment, "This is so cap. If this was true..."
This nigga's he's done this across states.
Yeah, it's pretty disgusting.
God damn.
So yeah, I mean, and then he just looks like the type of nigga that fits this crime. But
How long you think it take? Like, how long you think he was in the store for?
the footage, like the police body cameras, like he's in the store for like 30 minutes.
Real
40
quick.
minutes. And this is the crazy thing too. It's like he gets on stream and we'll watch a little bit of a stream because I think I put that in there. But like he's on stream and he's like, "Nigga, if I got caught for touching somebody, I would have I'd be on the registry."
Which is what all guilty niggas say.
Right. So, but instead of just saying, "Nigga, I didn't do it," the fact that that's your immediate response is, "I'm not on the sex registry list." It's
Yeah,
like,
that's
what?
crazy.
Yeah, you didn't even answer the question.
Yeah, what the
That's
fuck?
what a nervous nigga say.
That's
Right. Yeah.
deflecting
So
and
like,
shit.
Yeah.
that alone is weird. And then on top of that, bro, it's like he tried to make it seem like on his stream, "Bro, I didn't touch nothing." They try to make it seem like I'm doing this. Like, what kind of weirdo shit is that? I had to walk past somebody and I bumped into them walking past them. Nigga, once you see the camera footage, this is not a busy Walmart. It's just like there's plenty of space. There's just room and opportunity. A nigga can back up and spin.
Yeah, like he was at a club and shit.
Bro, literally.
Oh, in a club, this nigga's probably a goon.
Holy shit, he's probably out of control.
On a block in
Chuck E.
Manhattan.
Cheese? Why? I don't know. Only one of them was like 14.
Yeah, so the Lil Boom shit, Adam is kind of frontlining this Lil Boom.
The
This
Lil Boom,
this Lil Boom
hate
thing.
brigade, nigga.
Yeah, pretty much. And
Which
then
is interesting.
and Akademiks believes, this is another part of his rant, he says that he's only doing this to get back at Akademiks because Adam's afraid to go head up with Akademiks when it comes to just crashing out, essentially. You know what I'm saying? Which I don't believe that at all. That doesn't really mean a fucking thing. Like,
That's a weird way of saying you
this
don't think.
alone is a
nigga said
story. The fact that Lil Boom is so closely associated with Akademiks
Your companion. Like, that's his companion.
is why it's a story. It's
Right-hand
like
man.
He's on
yeah.
every stream. You can hear him in the background. Like,
He's on the
no,
Discord.
Academics, like giving him advice and shit, his
Yeah.
perspective. This
So-
is your man.
It's just a complicated way of saying my man didn't do it.
Yeah, and then he even said, like, on the stream, "Look, man, I'm not gonna speak about that. Like, that's my man's. We got until he gets everything figured out." And it's like, nigga, what? Like, we saw the video, nigga. Like,
Yeah, nah.
but whatever. You know what I'm saying? You got bigger fish to fry. Which this is like a Joe, you know, like how Joe will just like not address the main narrative and throw a new one out.
Yeah.
Fuck the Lil Boom allegations, nigga. Let's talk about Adam going in on this nigga. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
I'll
yeah.
deal with the Boom shit later.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
are not about to catch me. This nigga is texting me now. Perfect, because I don't want to deal with the Boom shit
And at
right
the same
now.
time, Academics is still being a genuine dude, like keeping the heat off of like not even really focusing on that shit.
It was, it was a solid move, even though you're not supposed to be solid when children are involved. Like, at that
Yeah.
point, there's a certain...
He's not. I'm not saying that as he's taking his side. He's just staying away.
Yeah,
which
right,
is
right,
like
right.
he don't know. He probably didn't even ask Lil Boom what happened.
Yeah,
he's probably
yeah.
like, "Hey, nigga, my little dick got shown to the world, nigga. I gotta cuss this white man out.
Play this. This is Boom on his stream, and mind you, Boom will stream to defend himself. And when he's doing these streams, they're only member only streams, so the chat's controlled because you can only comment if you're a member. But even they were roasting his ass, and then like just
they paid to do it.
You just watch him. Matter of fact, Boom is so fragile right now. Don't put him on the screen because he might try to send a little.
All right.
So yeah,
he's gonna take us down.
He'll try.
I don't think our audience is his age demographic.
I don't care at all, bro. Yo, I swear to God, if this was me in like 2020, 2019, I probably would care. I don't give a fuck. Hold up.
He looks so gross.
The back of his head is the nappiest part of his body.
Like he just looks disgusting.
Yeah.
I don't even want to ride in the same car with this nigga.
Holy shit.
I want to breathe the same air.
Right.
Jesus.
His breath definitely stinks. No questions asked.
Listen.
Fuck. Probably
I
smells
don't
like a
give
dickhead.
You know it's crazy because I don't need you niggas talking, bro. You just gonna listen.
Oh shit.
I
Mark
recorded
that.
you.
He gonna get us fucked up.
Yeah. Mark that. Mark that.
See, these niggas always have a way of taking everybody down with them.
We don't give a fuck. All right? I don't give a fuck.
Nigga said we. Who's we?
My mom doesn't give a fuck.
His family.
Oh shit.
My friends don't give a fuck. Okay? We don't give a fuck.
Moms
You
love
give a
killers, so that doesn't
right?
say anything.
You niggas give a fuck. I'll say this, okay? If I was to touch somebody, I'm gonna just say this like this. If I was to touch on little kids, I would be a fucking sex offender. There's no plea agreement that would ever the judge would ever accept or the state would ever accept to go it down to a battery. I got a fucking battery charge, okay, gang? A battery, okay? Them niggas frame me, okay? Here's the thing. I
forgot he said that.
I'm gonna take off this shit.
Hey,
All right?
pause real quick.
These niggas,
And that's another thing too. It's like to be clear, this happened in 2021, and he pled no contest, which means you're not innocent or guilty. You're pleading in the middle.
Yeah.
You're not absolved, but you pretty much work out a deal via your lawyer, get the charge, whatever.
Yeah,
so
through
you,
the means of
yeah, bro. So it's like I think it's pretty clear with all of humanity. If children are involved, you go for the not guilty. You go for the not guilty or the dismissed. You don't do no contest. You know what I'm saying? Like you just have to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like
Especially if you know you ain't do shit.
especially if you know you ain't do shit. But it's like,
Pride has gotten niggas locked up.
yeah, it has.
What, knowing that you ain't do shit?
Yeah, and still like
It depends on the situation.
Wait, what's that
Tory
nigga name?
Lanez.
Yeah, Tory Lanez, nigga.
Yeah.
But we don't know that he didn't do shit. And he
I genuinely don't
ain't even
know.
sound like
I
that.
genuinely don't know if he shot her, but at the same time, this nigga didn't get on the stand,
right.
and his just
That's his fault.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's
It's
crazy.
the same.
That's crazy.
I think he was trying to control public perception, though. I don't think he gave a fuck about what the legalese was saying.
Yeah, I think some
he
people
thinks
do
if-
get caught up in that.
I think he thinks if social media believes he's innocent, no matter what happens to him, even if he does get proven guilty, it's gonna be a whole movement that's on some free Tory shit.
I think he's smarter than that. He's Canadian. He's smarter than that. He's from Toronto and
He's
shit.
clearly a fucking idiot. He's got 8 years.
Yeah, nah, he's not.
He's clearly an idiot.
What struck you as smart?
Right. Right. He is clearly stupid.
Yeah.
This nigga tried to get a girl that he was. Yeah, nah. This is one of the dumbest niggas of all time.
Right.
But
This nigga left. He fucked up at the peak of his career. He's an idiot.
is it true what Little Boom is saying
If he
right
shot
now?
her.
Even what's that?
Is it true what Little Boom is saying? Because it's almost like he's framing it to where it's like, yo, nigga, this isn't a SA charge or assault.
No,
and if it
because
was
we saw the video.
Nah, the nigga
See the
criminal.
video. So it's like, because it's a thing. He's like, you're shopping in Walmart and you don't leave with anything.
Yeah.
You went in there and it wasn't just, and it's not like he would just go in there for one target. He went in there for multiple targets. Would linger in the area, touch the butt or touch the backside. They'd turn around, he'd linger and be like, what? Like on some weirdo shit.
Oreos.
Yeah,
Like,
and
yeah.
wouldn't leave. So it's like, even if, let's just say in a perfect world, he didn't actually do this, why are you doing that? Why are you in Walmart with no shopping cart, not shopping,
Dingy ass shirt.
following people
You know
and
what I'm
just
saying?
brushing against a nigga? That's gonna piss you off more. Like if this aisle is wide open and a nigga keeps brushing against me, I'm liable to take off on him. Because
Yeah.
why are you doing that now? Like
Yeah, nah.
something's happening. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So yeah, that's just overall. abnormal behavior. No, there's no way. No matter how you cut it, this is abnormal behavior.
The guy's a creep.
Yeah, bro, this is
The
creepy
guy's
shit.
a creep, and he's friends with Akademiks, so that probably says something.
Nah.
That's honestly, that's what hurt me the most. I'm like, damn, man. Like, I don't know, man. It's one thing to pick a bad bitch. That's one thing to pick the wrong bitch. But it's another thing when your gang gets associated with shit like this. You know what I'm saying?
Something
It's
happened with
nothing
his,
you can do about it.
It's just impure all around. It's just there's no healthy balance over there. You
There's
know what I'm
nothing
saying?
you could do about it, but this is a pattern. That he's not a good scout. He's not good at analyzing talent.
I was hoping it was limited to just women.
Nah,
Bro.
See, when you have poor decision-making capabilities, nigga, that's every decision in your life. That's what gas you're gonna put in your car. That's what car you're gonna buy.
Hey, look, man, your friends are cool until they're cool. Like, it's nothing Akademiks can do about that.
Yeah.
How could you even know this is what Lil Boom is doing for 30 minutes a day
Yeah, that is true. You
outside of him streaming?
It's
that-
other shit that
that
has
is-
to happen.
Yeah, that's true.
He's going
There's
around.
got to be signs. There's something.
Nah.
I think even if I look at what just type of rapper he was, it's like this nigga's capable of anything.
But you got to think about when he's around the homies. He's just a regular nigga, probably like doing regular nigga shit. You get what I'm saying?
no, nigga.
He's not in that mode when he's around his homies.
I don't
Only
know.
when
There's
he's at
always
Walmart.
There's always one weird dude in the group. It's like we're homies, but
And-
he's kind of the white sheep in this motherfucker.
Did he hit the same Walmart?
black.
I wonder if it was the same Walmart or was he,
I think so. This is all the same Walmart.
We know what aisle he was in, nigga.
Yeah.
multiple days, correct?
No, this is all from one day.
Damn.
But the person in the comments said something weird happened to me another time.
Exactly.
So yeah,
this
I'm
is-
assuming it's from the same
It's a
Walmart.
reoccurring thing. He does this annually.
This is just the first time he got for real caught.
Yeah.
And this is
And
an
it's
old
pro-
story. This is 2021.
And he probably still doing it just to see if he can get away with it.
Yeah, low key.
Like every good thief.
It's
you
like
get what
it's
I
like
mean?
a thrill. Just another thing 1090 Jake exposed in his video. 1090 Jake was saying that he pled no contest, got a year of probation, and was required to do a 40 hours community service. This nigga knows all the information and complete a psychosexual
Analysis.
analysis type test.
I was thinking
The
that.
nigga didn't pay for his probation correctly. First of all, if you got off, I guess, easy in a case like
This is getting off.
I guess, yeah. Anytime you don't go to jail, it's kind of getting off. But it's like, and don't have to, I don't know. But you don't pay your probation. You don't go to the psychosexual analyzation, whatever. It's like you violate the probation because he also violated the probation. So it's like,
You're supposed to be on
nigga,
your best behavior right now, my
what
nigga.
the fuck, bro?
He went to a park or something? Like, what the?
No, but he definitely, there is something that says that he can't be alone with like kids.
Nigga said he went to a playground.
This
Shit.
nigga went to
But
a
it wasn't
fun-
like, if it was on the registry, then he couldn't go to the playground or like a school or some shit like that.
I was thinking that, like, why doesn't he just go to like those clubs, like those jerk off lanes? You get what I mean?
just like one of those.
That
freak-
seems
just
like
those-
his type of arena.
Yeah, but there's no children in there, and I think that would be a problem for him.
Yeah,
and
and
another
that's
big thing. Well,
And that's another
Only-
thing too, like that we also always have to remember is like people's kinks or their tics, the thing that drive them crazy is very specific.
It's
like,
always specific,
An
yeah.
organized venue that caters in this is not the real thing. They
nah.
they want the real thing.
A
You know what I'm
doesn't-
saying?
he
a
doesn't
sex
get
party
off
is a
on it.
turn off.
A turn off, yeah. I want to
He wants to do it when you're not supposed to.
exactly
'Cause
like
then it's no
genuinely.
longer taboo if you're
Yeah.
allowed to do it.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Yeah.
not even. I can't even. This isn't doing nothing for him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
these results will probably show up in that psychosexual analysis test.
Yeah.
That's why he doesn't want to take it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
It probably make him do the Rorschach test.
And before we move
You know
off
what
of
I'm
this
It's
too,
probably so deep he couldn't even lie.
yeah, before we move off this too, man, not academics. Lil Boom did an interview with Poetic Flacco, which they also took down. Did I add that in there, bro?
How long ago was this?
This was like yesterday,
Oh,
and then
shit.
after the stream ended, they pulled it down. But long story short, Flacco, nigga, I'm talking directly to you. Don't you ever do no shit like this again. This is why are you chilling with this nigga on stream? Fuck this nigga. Even if you think he might be innocent or whatever, nigga, when kids are involved, you stay clear from these niggas. Like, what are you doing on stream interviewing the nigga and trying to defend him? Then he posted something on the internet, something on his Instagram, talking about Boom is actually free or something like that, or like innocent of all charges. No, he's not. This nigga pled no contest. Like,
no, that is not what that means.
What are you doing? No.
Yeah.
Nigga, Flacco, do not be associated with these fucking
Especially for Boom.
He's making North Dakota niggas sound
nigga,
crazy.
do not associate with these niggas, bro. Like, that's crazy, nigga. Like, Flacco, you have a good thing going. The moment you keep doing shit like this, fuck no. Do not do that shit, bro.
Yeah.
That shit, when I saw it was even live on Reddit, they were like, first of all, the overarching theme was niggas was like, Flacco was on live with Lil Boom right now. Like, that was the first, like,
why?
Niggas are we're trying to get past it. Why is that happening? You know what I'm saying?
Who's giving this nigga a platform?
Yeah, this is not a scoop we need, nigga. 1090 Jake did the research. Normally his research is so airtight. There's no talking after this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But, bro, that shit is crazy, bro. Yeah, play a little bit of this joint. He took this stream down, but yeah, we're good to play it though, to show it though.
All right, Tempo.
For y'all who don't know, Boom is here because these niggas been spamming, call Boom and speak on it. I pretty much said, bro, that like I was not gonna speak on it until I get the full info. I wasn't gonna take like from 1090's like word for it, right? But
why not?
Boom is here, and y'all can hear it from Boom's mouth himself, right? Now they're saying that this video dropped, and they're saying that.
Well, show me touching no ass, by the way, but okay.
Yeah.
Niggas love to focus on the word. Like,
Listen, look.
Video, like,
So they claim that when it dropped, that this is like the smoking gun. Boom is caught in 4K. So the floor is yours, man. You feel me?
Okay.
Yeah.
The smoking gun is Boom caught in 4K.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure by the way your boss Adam implied. I can't say too much because I got to sue these niggas. I'm sorry to tell you, but the way he implied it was I committed sexual assault on a minor. He didn't imply it as a battery. He didn't imply it as a strike. He didn't imply he went off paperwork, which is not court. That's what it says, unofficial document, for one. For two, those are paperwork from police. So that's what they alleged. So I'm going to say this. In the video, you can hear the nigga who was there say, he came here.
It's not even that we have to hear what he has to say because we know it's bullshit.
We know he's going to defend himself.
It's just the fact that this is happening on Flacco's stream is the issue.
Yeah.
But overall, I mean, it's like in the name of journalism.
Why?
There's certain levels of journalism you stay away from. That's not necessary. Like, in terms of this, you don't get the nigga, like, this is the thing. The reason that Flacco can't play with it is because he's already too closely compared to Akademiks, number one. He's already a self-proclaimed chat nigga, and he already does, like, when he, like, gets on his chat nigga soapbox, it's, like, kind of embarrassing.
But, nigga, that's
You know
just
what I'm
public
saying?
perception. Who cares about that? Like, this is he knows this nigga. He goes way back with this nigga. He knows a nigga that doesn't just go in a Walmart and Sam's Club and touch ass.
That's a good point.
He has,
The video's
and he's
up.
a journalist, which he does a good job. Shout out Flacco. He's been doing better. I see you been going to them lessons, nigga.
Yeah.
But overall, it's like,
But we also saw the
and
video.
How he opened up this video is exactly how he should have. Like, you know, Lil Boom, I didn't know. We can open the floor to you, though. You can speak.
He didn't really put his position in anywhere.
He was just like,
did.
boom, just.
But hosting that, I still don't think that's a good idea because why would you host that when all the facts are out there? So he's trying to make it seem like the facts aren't all there and presented.
But we know what Flacco does with facts.
Yeah.
You understand? It's like he sees what happened and then he paints his picture. Nigga.
Yeah.
He uses completely different colors.
But then what?
Think it's a terrible
But what
look.
are the facts though? Because what Boom was saying sounds like different facts compared to what.
I was about to say that, but because it's like.
Because Boom is saying that
Because if 1090
got the
Jake-
facts wrong, is what he's saying.
Because if I don't even. It's 1090 Jake. Who the fuck? What is his word? Is he always right? Can we look this up?
In terms of the
He
research,
probably has a high
in terms of the
I know what you're
research,
saying, and I
yes.
believe in your thought of him. But like, let's be honest, he's still a fucking YouTuber. Like,
for sure, he can still get things right. He can still get things wrong, but like,
or he can still manipulate certain things
He for sure
to make
can.
it appear worse than it actually
Like,
is.
so I'm not going off because like in all videos he has a certain level of like I'm taking shots too, but like I'm going just strictly off of it. this nigga putting the paperwork on that he's like, that I paid for, that I got actually for free from this county's sheriff's office, boom, blah, blah. I called them, they emailed this over. I'm like, okay, hey, yeah.
The nigga has a fax machine right behind him. He's official.
1090 Jake, that whole thing with him being an alleged snitch, that was like false?
I'm pretty sure, no, he was a snitch.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
this level's decision is like, he wrote a grievance or something.
Like, I guess we can trust his word, but it's like, he's doing the exact thing that he claims... I
get your point though. You want to hear the other side.
It's like if we're going by like 1090 Jake's word, then we have to hear the other side, like off rip, because his word isn't all. It's 1090 Jake. He's a snitch.
But we can't. That means they're better at getting.
Yeah, that means his word.
That means they're better than anybody.
He has the ear of the law, nigga.
And on top of that, he pled no contest. There is no other side. If you plead no contest, I don't want to hear you defend yourself on stream. Should have fucking defended yourself in that courtroom, nigga.
Yeah. But if you truly believe in you.
What the fuck?
But if what he's saying is any type of true, not defending, but as far as him being set up, it's like, don't you think we should probably hear his side?
No, because you also didn't complete your probation correctly.
But, and you know, this right here is why he keeps pushing the issue of, I didn't get a sexual assault charge. I got a battery case.
Yeah.
Because when children are involved, nigga, nothing else matters.
Yeah, nigga.
But
there's no gray area.
Like, there's no
you fucked
gray.
up on probation. You pled no contest. You like, what are we doing right now?
It makes it harder for you when you don't do the things the right way.
You can't cut him slack in this scenario because with too much slack, he might touch a kid.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
He gets zero slack.
Allegedly. And that's one of those things we was talking about on the show. It's the same thing with AIDS. Like, you throw that on a nigga, it doesn't matter what photo you see of him. It's a dirty 80 nigga
Only
with goosebump balls.
Well, that's
there's a
different
video.
You can't see it.
We have a video of him touching somebody.
It's the same thing, but I mean, shit.
I just looked at the video on my phone.
I was just about to say, what'd you see?
I couldn't see clearly, but it did look like something happened. So they say 4K, but I'm not trying to. I don't know anything about this shit. All I'm saying is I didn't necessarily see myself. You know what I'm saying?
And what I saw in the videos is
it was damning.
Yeah, I saw I saw him get close to people, his hand reach out when I saw him doing one of these as somebody's walking past him.
Good game.
And even if out of all of that, say he didn't hit the butt, he hit the hand. Just the behavior I saw from this
that's weird. It was weird.
This nigga is doing, this is 13-minute videos and you're just lingering around these two girls.
That's weird.
Like, what are you doing right now?
Like unless you got the cure for cancer in your fingers.
Yeah, it's just like something, just even if you didn't do it and everything you're saying is true, why are you following people for 13 minutes?
It's weird behavior. It's weird behavior.
There's something to answer for. No matter what
and the fact that there was a case in general is something.
Okay, I didn't want to have to drop this card, but it's like, if we're gonna do this whole thing, then what about like the whole Adam 16 situation?
Well, I was gonna
like, are we just gonna like go over that? Like, I'm just trying to see about
what side do you think we're on that?
No, I'm saying
I think that shit was weird as shit too. I'm not cutting no slack for that shit either.
All right.
Nigga, they both got strange fucking pasts with underage people. Period.
All right, cool.
Yeah, Adams is a little stranger. Not strange.
But it's one of those things. It's like, what the fuck are we even like?
Adams isn't even as strange just
Adams
because
is more of a discussion.
But what I'm saying is, okay, let me rephrase
but
this, because it's like, we heard Adam though. So let's hear Lil Boom. You get what I mean? Like, I vaguely remember us watching like something where Adam was like, nah, it didn't even work like that. Like,
no. We've heard Adam explain this several times,
like,
for sure.
12:59 doesn't
he pretty much redshirted her. Yeah.
So it's like we heard him.
Yeah, they're both weird. They're both creeps, but there's always levels of creepiness too. So
and we had to hear him because there was no video.
Yeah, exactly. There was no video and no charges.
Nobles just wants to collect as much info as he can before he decides. That's what he
I'm a journalist at heart.
Yeah,
I like to hear all sides.
You sound like a non-believer.
Elliot Wilson would think otherwise.
Yeah.
Nah, I love Elliot. He's a great guy.
Journalist?
He's a great guy.
He's over on his computer.
He's a great.
Fuck did he just
say? Honestly,
heard of the Associated Press.
What I say about Elliot, just quick back. I said to Elliot, he needs to double down on this angry black journalist nigga, which I've been seeing, even kind of doing. Like, he's kind of been staying a little sturdy on his stances, but I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't finish watching his episode.
But overall, on this Lil Boom situation, I mean, I agree, but it's like, we heard some other people that did some alleged heinous acts.
Yeah, I think they're fucking weirdos too.
And it's because the difference is there's no film. We saw exactly what happened, even though it was a little blurry.
And it's like film.
And bare
What do you
minimum,
mean by
this is a sketchy guy? Like, what the fuck are you doing?
By film, it's like I think I remember seeing pictures of them. It's like, what do you mean by film? Like, we have photos.
What's
we
the
have things of
Nigga,
this
we
nature.
saw the video. What are you talking
The
about?
nigga
right
was
now?
I'm talking about for Adam.
Oh no,
I'm talking about for Adam. Like, there was photos and like things of them
Right.
nature, like at Chuck E. Cheese, like smile. So we
Right,
we
right.
could play that card, but like, let's just.
It wasn't his daddy.
I don't care to
Why-
hear
but
Lobo,
you're-
by the way.
But this is the only thing.
I'm just
though.
trying to see.
You're just throwing it out there like we're not holding them at the same level of fucking weirdos. Yes, it's the same. It's the same.
No. I think what he's
I don't
saying. I
understand
think what he's saying. No, I think I know what he's saying. He's saying that even though we look at him the same way, when it came to Adams, we at least just listened to what he had to say. What he's saying is this
what
might be
it
some weirdo
sounds
shit,
like-
but
I
I
heard
want to. He's saying I want to hear what Boom said. That's what
What
he's
it
saying.
sounds like.
I
You
did.
wouldn't.
I heard everything that Boom said. We don't have
The
time
problem-
to listen
No,
to
I don't think we need
10
to.
minutes on the show, but I
No,
heard
See,
everything.
But
the
that's all
problem
he's
is,
saying.
Boom,
I've heard 30 minutes of Boom talking, like, before we got here. I
he
heard
had
it
his
already.
chance to explain himself, and all he talked about was like he literally resorted to tactics that niggas are guilty use. Like,
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
didn't explain what he was doing in Walmart. He just said this. It can't be this because this didn't happen.
Yeah, talk
But
to
he
him,
didn't
nigga.
say what it
I'm
was.
explaining what I hear him to say. I'm not taking. Talk to him. I'm
You
saying
haven't
in general.
seen it at all, though,
Yeah.
is what it sounds like. You have not seen this at all.
This video?
You haven't heard him talk in length about this at all.
No, but I mean,
So that's on you, though.
But no,
That's on you.
I have seen little bits. When I say I haven't seen, I mean 30 minutes.
I've
of
seen
course,
30.
I don't count like 10 minutes of me just watching,
just
like
weird.
vaguely watching
I'm
the
doing the
video.
research for the show.
Oh,
But-
so now you a journalist, nigga.
I did the research for the show. That's what I'm saying. We've had these notes, so I'm saying there was there for you to hear the whole thing already. We don't have to hear it now to know everything that he said in retort to these allegations.
Plus, he's not retorting anything.
And he's not retorting anything.
He's just playing legalese, but he's not saying I was in Walmart touching people because.
Yeah.
That's what we want to hear. That's the only thing he has to explain.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
And it's looking like we ain't getting that, nigga. Because
We're definitely not getting
the
that.
charges might come down a little harder. So he didn't want to set himself up for that.
All right, you know,
Yeah, you know.
you gotta pick and choose.
It's
sometimes.
nasty. I feel you though, but the difference is this video. This video, we saw it.
Yeah, I guess. But let's move over. I think this is the last one for No Jumper World.
Yeah.
All right, so No Jumper has started a new podcast called Here We Go Again, and it'll be dropping every Monday. And the hosts of this show are Flacos, Almighty Suspect, and Dejan. I watched the whole first episode. Did y'all see it, or did y'all see pieces of it?
I saw pieces of it.
I put moments in here, so like.
I thought it was pretty average.
How do you feel overall about it?
I think they all
What
enjoy
would
each other, which is a good part of it.
That's a recipe for a good podcast. But what was like the sexiness levels?
All right, so I don't know. Apparently, I go too hard on niggas who are episode 1. You know what I'm saying? So I try not to go too hard on some episode 1 shit because
Yeah.
it's literally the first episode.
They're still cubs.
So I'll preface everything with this is the first episode. They still have, even though they've known each other for a while, obviously because they've worked. None of these people are new employees. This is just the first time they've all done it. I think Dejan will do good as a host or a facilitator of the topics and shit like that.
Oh, so he's okay.
He's like the A in terms of like the moderator or whatever. And Suspect and Flacco are going to be the debaters pretty much. Now,
He's the Nadeska.
yeah. So now, in the beginning of the show, it's kind of weird. So one of the things in the beginning of this show, it almost sounded like they were trying to do our show and like talk about shit that's been happening on other podcasts. I was like, the fuck is this shit? You know what I'm saying?
It felt that way.
So that was the beginning of the show, and I was like,
It's a special ed version.
yeah, I was like, nigga, is this like what is this? You know what I'm saying? Like, not them trying to do our show and it's not executing how it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? But then later they started jumping into like other topics, and that's just the thing too. It's like, I'm thinking about No Jumper content in its whole. One of the issues they used to have, one of the issues that world in general, Figmunity, No Jumper, Shame on You, all of them together, is a lot of them copy and paste all the same exact topics. So
Yeah.
it's all hip hop things. But the reason that it wasn't an issue before AD and T-Rel and all them left is because there was so much inner workplace things. It didn't matter if they graced on the same topics more than ever because we were buying in for the storyline of The
everybody else.
Office. You know what I'm saying?
Not really
The love and hip hop.
The love and hip hop version of The Office. So that's what we were buying into. So it made it to where 3 to 4 different shows could live on one network. And really the only show that had fresh topics that didn't clash with everybody else was the Disconnected show with House Phone and Blasey, because they talked about fashion. And none of the other people focused in on that. So when I first saw that, I was like, in the beginning, I was like, are they really about to try to do like a podcast about podcasts? Because it's not gonna work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then they started moving into other topics. But there were some things, one of the topics that was brought up was Joe Budden calling the whole network trash. And it was pretty much our episode that we did. And there's a couple things that are just like egregiously delusional in this clip that was said by like Flacco, Suspect, and possibly
all of them.
Everybody
all
on
them
camera.
niggas.
Yeah.
all of them. But yeah, let's play a little bit of this.
All right, so Joe Budden made some comments about No Jumper being like bottom tier content.
He said the whole network should just be scrapped.
Yeah.
So and here's what happened. So our boys, who was actually here, called the Home Run Podcast. It's AJ,
Nigga better not call me bad,
Lord
man.
Nobles, and I forgot the other like dude names, man. So pretty much,
I'm talking about what was said on the podcast.
Yeah, right. So
That's
look,
what he said.
so I think Joe like seen them here, and Joe invited them on his podcast, right? And they have a podcast where
right,
they
hit pause
critique
real quick.
another
That needs to be
podcast. So
corrected.
Joe brought them on.
Nobles.
This is what you mean by
That's
the
a
whole
joke.
they trying to do it like how we do it.
Yeah, because the first couple subjects in this entire podcast was stuff that was happening in other podcasts.
But to be fair, they were mentioned in podcast
No.
drama.
I understand that. I'm just saying that's not just one topic. I'm saying like the first 3 topics were that. So I'm like, oh, is this about to be 2 hours of podcasting about stuff that's happening on other podcasts? That's what I thought because there wasn't this is one of 3. You know what I'm saying?
Because they didn't
But-
have like a little intro to the series about, hey, we're gonna be talking about this type of shit. here.
None. It was just
Here
we go again. The name, I don't fuck with the name at all. Just like the here we go again. That's just fucking weird. Like
Here we go.
But that kind of perfectly describes the energy in the room. It's like,
Yeah,
bro,
I was about
let's
to
just
say.
throw some shit on the wall and see what
Okay.
sticks.
A little
bit.
I was about to say.
Here we
really
go
fucking
again.
with
New show again. We trying it again. Here we go
Yeah.
again.
Here we
Like,
go
it
again.
kinda-
because it's not even the again though, because it's like Gina's not there. You know what I'm saying? And Remo's there, so it's like.
But the nigga who's been there over and over is like, nigga, here we go again.
And I think
This is the energy of this room.
I can see a lot going good for this show, especially if they just talk about what the fuck they want to talk about. You know what I mean? I think Suspect, shout out his cup. He might have to put it down for,
Very dirty.
when he's fucking recording.
There was a lot of recreational activities going on during this podcast too, which
Is all right.
Suspect is like drinking lean the entire time. Dejan pulls a bottle of Douce out from underneath the table. He's also smoking blunts. I'm like, what is the fuck is this? Like, and then Flacco was like, so like, what's up with our set? Like, niggas are smoking, drinking.
Oh,
there's a
he
40.
called it out?
It's like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Like,
Because,
I didn't get
Flacco's a
that. I didn't see
professional.
that part.
He does
bro,
take
that's
this
what I'm
shit
saying.
serious.
Yeah, so I'm like, this is like, and Dejan, Mr. Professional, it's like, what the fuck are you doing? Like that, I thought that was weird from him too, because it's just like Dejan's whole thing is just like, it's
Sassy.
all like, it's not even that. It's that his whole, just Dejan being there is ridiculous. Is a whole hypocritical move. Because the
think
first
so?
time he went there, it was y'all are working for the white man and I'm doing everything all black, but now it was you. You know what I'm saying? So that's
that whole
always gonna,
stance of the Black Power shit.
yeah, that's always
Okay.
gonna loom over him. Like the fact that you went up there on some, I'm doing, I'm better than working for a white man and no jumper, and now you clock in 5 days a week. You know what I'm saying? So that's always gonna be a strange thing. But then it's like, and during also, he was stressed like being professional and shit. Cause like Gina bogarted one of his interviews and he's like, this isn't professional. I came here for a professional podcast and I can leave and stuff like that. So it's like, Mr. Professional,
Yeah,
over here
you-
smoking blunts and cracking fucking bottles of Douce. What's happening?
He's
Like,
fake
real
righteous.
hypocritical.
And that's the
yeah,
thing.
he's fake
He's
righteous.
fake righteous.
And it's all about how you do it, right? Because with Shannon, it just makes sense. Granted, he has that liquor,
Shannon
which I
Sharp.
want to buy.
Shannon Sharp.
Shannon
Yeah,
Sharp.
yeah, yeah,
I want to
yeah.
try that liquor brand.
But he's a regal
like two
nigga.
of them
Like,
bitches.
you got to
Yeah.
live at least 40 years of life to get to that status.
Yeah.
And
But
to be
that
able
might
to
be too young, too. You might have to
Yeah.
be 50 plus to have that level of maturity like that.
And to be consistent off the potion, like
Yeah.
these niggas, they're not drinking the whole pod. consistent hype, like consistent level of like entertaining.
They were
That's a
doing
hard
something-
thing
They
to
were
do.
doing something the whole pod. Like something was happening the whole pod for sure.
Yeah.
But just to correct Flacco, Joe Budden did not first see us or see me when I went to No Jumper. That is not the case. We were already in communication. The nigga had already been following. So
Why would he say that?
I don't know. I just think just because I don't know.
Shit, according to Joe Budden,
That's just
Joe knew
he was
about
just
us
It's just one
before
of those
Flacco.
things. It's just
Like, you know,
it sounds good. You know what I'm saying? But
it's
that's
not even like it sounds good. It's just
it's one of those things.
he
yeah.
brought us up. He was vaguely remember the nigga's name. So
Right. But yeah, keep going though.
They did a Patreon and they asked Joe, give me, like your top 3 best podcasts and top 3 worst. And Joe Budden said No Jumper is the worst and he don't care about nobody else. But
what's our retort to that?
With the right, but here's the thing though, right? And here's why it's pure hate. Because Joe Budden has said that when the No Jumper show had canceled. So like there was no podcast. And
that was my defense. One, nigga, what podcast are you judging? Because there isn't any.
Yeah.
And 2, like that nigga Axe said, bro, you could put a Picasso in front of them niggas and they gonna find something bad to say about it. That's what they do up there.
Right.
That's not a praise podcast. That podcast is you can put a beautiful sculpture in front of my face and I'm gonna figure out some nonsense to say about that shit.
Okay.
Podcast, like that's what they do there, you know?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, I didn't expect them to say nothing good about shit over here.
he's talking about Joe, and it's ironic because they do the same shit.
Yeah. I think he's talking about Joey. I don't think he's talking about us specifically, but he's just saying
If the
like,
shoe fits, like, we just kind of put it on.
but we're fixing your Picasso essentially.
Yeah,
that's pretty much what's happening.
It's a different kind of thing that's happening.
So there's a couple things that just like just pure delusion in this.
The
we
biggest
don't do
one,
podcasts.
yeah, I was about to say the biggest one is that we don't do podcasts over
What
here.
the fuck?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
But that it explains so much of the product that we get.
Yeah.
That they don't even understand what they're cooking. That's why it comes out like
Bro,
this.
that's crazy.
The shit
Yeah, that's true. I
it
didn't
ends
even
up
think about it like
so
that.
stepped on because it's like, yeah, they're cooking
They
it
don't even
improperly.
realize they're doing podcasts.
That's a
I'm
good
like,
thought.
Well, it's almost like how we've had these conversations before. It depends on like what you're pulling from. Like when you come in this game, if you're pulling from like, let's say Andrew Schultz, Charlamagne, like the product you're gonna give is gonna be immensely different if you're pulling from like fucking Adam 22.
Yeah,
Granted, even
taste.
Adam 22, he would probably say he does a podcast and all these are podcasts.
Obviously.
But like
for sure, yeah. Adam is definitely saying I do podcasts.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
Yeah.
But Adam also pulled from the names you mentioned. You know what I'm saying? So, which
Yeah, he did.
That's why Adam can
was
actually do
his
that shit.
inspiration.
Exactly, and that was
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
so, but these niggas ain't doing that.
but
they're
that
not pulling,
shows
they're not
you-
pulling from podcasters. They're just jumping in thinking that hey, it's No Jumper. Let's go.
Yeah, they're pulling from a different time of No Jumper.
Nigga.
Like they still think it's 2017 No Jumper.
Well, I'm trying to figure out what do they think they do when they go in there. Like just
It's-
because did they think that the No Jumper show was the only podcast on the network?
You wanna know what it is?
Don't put it all on them. It's just almighty. The
Yeah.
title of this video is called "No Jumper Crew Responds to Joe Budden saying their podcast is bad."
Literally.
They acknowledge it's a podcast in the title.
Right. That's just so ridiculous.
And like who, like I don't know, especially with Suspect.
Yeah.
He is a worker. He probably doesn't know. He's probably never thought about like, oh, we can go to Spotify and listen to us. Like that's probably not even a thought.
That's true.
So
That's
it's
a good
like he
point.
doesn't
Yeah,
care about
that's a
those
good
numbers,
point.
those analytics. Which, by the way, we're on Spotify, Google Play, Apple Podcasts.
All
Go
that.
check us out.
Yeah.
It's dangerous to have YouTube up while you're driving this shit.
But yeah, bro, it's fucking weird because I was like, when they said that, I was like, so this conversation, and then everybody just immediately,
Kinda agreed
I
to it.
agree. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I text Flacco, I said, bro, y'all do podcasts. Like, what are you talking about? You
Yeah.
don't do podcasts.
That's all y'all have
Yeah.
over there.
I'm
What you
like,
talking about?
what? Like, that's what you do when you
Yeah.
get in front of the microphone. You're not on the radio. It's YouTube that gets transferred to the audio services too. Like,
Adam is the only one.
All that happened was they both remembered shit that we've said about them. Like,
Yeah.
they wasn't listening to him say this is not a podcast. They listened to the first thing he said where they was like, them niggas hate on everything.
right? Yeah,
Flacco
Yeah.
started thinking about his big ass pants.
yeah.
Deshaun started feeling sassy again. Like they had flashbacks.
yeah,
they wasn't
that's
even
true.
listening at that point.
Yeah, that was crazy. I was like, well, that was wild. But I did watch this full episode live actually while it was premiering.
Did it feel like a podcast?
For sure, it's a podcast.
Wait a minute.
They
Yeah.
had the same beats.
Is there a different show they just premiered? Because I went to their podcast on Apple, and 8 hours ago, something called No Statements, episode 1. Oh yeah, it's two different things. Because Here We Go Again, episode 1 is on there, so they definitely have a podcast. It's on the podcast app.
Well, they
Oh, yeah.
said this is the new podcast. So like, in their mind, when No Jumper Show left, they stopped doing podcasts.
Yeah.
And that's another thing too. When I was talking to I think in this clip as well, and even when I was talking to Flacco, they don't think interviewing somebody is considered a podcast, which is fucking crazy. Like they both did. And I was like,
you can have a podcast and interview people on your podcast.
Yeah, I'm like, what? I'm so confused. I'm like, do we not understand what the base level?
You're trying to understand the Western Hemisphere's philosophy, and it's a different place over there, nigga.
Jesus Christ!
Like, I wonder if he thinks do you think he thinks they're more important than podcasting? Like, does he hold himself to the same echelon as like CNN? Does he think that they're news?
Yeah, of course.
This is a new show.
Yeah,
no statements.
Looks like Brick Baby got his own show.
No statements.
Yep.
Episode 1.
Brick Baby got his own show.
Who's that wet woman beside him?
She does look lubricated.
She looks glistening, nigga.
I'm about to watch this too. Damn, they just got a bunch of new podcasts coming out.
Yeah. Here we go again.
Dropping them.
They're doing the. They're doing the Monday through Thursday thing again, or Monday through Friday thing again.
I ain't gonna lie.
That nigga got nip on his jacket.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
There's a lot of faces in the thumbnail. I believe in this though for some reason.
Go back. Mm-hmm. What was that? Keep Joe Budden out of your mouth. Go down. Scrolling.
Who you talking about with Sharpie?
When did that drop? Right there. Sharp.
7 hours ago.
Fuck.
It's breaking news.
Play that for sure.
All right.
Sharp wants Joe Budden to keep his name out his mouth. That what he said?
Because it had to be from that episode.
It had to be, right?
Yeah. Let's see.
Oh yes, I can't wait.
And even speaking of that type of shit, right? Like Joe Budden, you better keep my fucking name out your mouth, buddy.
Soldier Boy a master troll,
Like playing with you, bro. I don't never say nothing about his ass, but he's acting real light skinned right now, bro. That's the true definition of that shit.
It's coming from a light skinned nigga.
Mm-hmm. Damn near Cuban, right?
But yeah, that was weak. Don't
start
flex
there.
race. Race is never cool, bro.
Let's start there. Did he say something about me?
No, he just said,
all right.
So he said that it was over with for Sharp, which is like how's it over with for Sharp? You know,
I be calling him trash up here every week. I'm surprised he didn't say shit about me. I'll be ever calling one of the week.
Why does he keep bringing that nigga
I was gonna.
He's one of the trashiest lyrical rappers ever.
I was about to say like he did he want to be spoken
Yeah,
upon?
that's what it sounds like.
Yes.
That's what it sounds like.
I've been calling him trash all week. Why he ain't
This is the second time you said this. Like,
And honestly, I don't think Joe really said much about Sharp either. Like that was
he definitely
didn't say.
It was one of those things where it was a throwaway. Like, yeah, Sharp trashy too. Fuck it.
It's
yeah.
like I think AJ went in on Sharp for like a little while, and Joe was like, "Yeah, you can throw him away," and that was it. Like
They both had beanies on.
it's
It's
pretty
confusing.
consistent. It's pretty consistent who said something.
Joe makes everybody's name just louder, so you know it's everybody hears it when he says it.
Yeah.
Even when we brought it up.
Yeah, keep going. I don't want to hear
And
if
you
I come
know,
up.
Sharp has such
I have
team-
to come up.
Sharp,
Well,
No, I don't think so. It don't seem that way.
Sharp has such team
which
spirit
makes
that
it
when
even
you-
more interesting. Check the clip. Check the feed, nigga.
Because it wasn't Joe.
Yeah, check the feed. Yeah.
Nigga ever.
He's one of the trashiest lyrical rappers ever. Like,
and that's not true.
Yes, it is. Compared to
That's
niggas
not
with
true.
bars, he's dirt. Like, I can't believe you said that he could watch Jadakiss.
He's moving like a nigga
He
that's
could
dying
never.
to be
Who,
mentioned.
Joe Budden?
It's done.
Suspect.
Yeah.
He's dying to be
Nigga said
mentioned.
Joe Budden can watch Jadakiss. Boy,
Cap.
Joe Budden is trash compared to lyrical
But
rap.
not hits, just
Fuck
terms
outta here.
of like the rapping ability and piecing up syllables. Right?
What?
Right.
Does Joe Budden like?
Ask him
That's
name
all he
3
does.
songs.
Thank you.
Name 2.
Name
What was
3
that song by Joe
Budden
Budden?
3? That's not Pump It Up.
Yeah,
Pump
that's
It Up.
not Pump It Up. That's I like how you threw that in there. That's the Monkey Ranch.
Not the one from Fast and Furious. Not that one either, because that's from a video game.
He always turns these
You
conversations.
disqualified him.
Yeah. Like no mainstream hits, nigga. But
And why does he keep turning the conversations into that? Like
into what?
Suspect. The last 2 clips,
It's been
Even-
about rap.
he goes from talking about the clip to, I think he sees that I say he's trash all the time, and then they end up talking about that for like 3 to 5 minutes and not talking about the initial point of the clip, just like derailing it. He's just trying to really make that a thing.
I think Joe's his favorite rapper.
That's how he's moving, right?
Yeah, I think Joe Budden's his favorite rapper.
It's a little bit of that. They're still staying on it. It's just like
They're not,
they're
though.
trying to find a reason to shoot back, and one of them is him being an alleged trash rapper, which ironically, I saw this video of this nigga freestyling in like a couple years ago. The nigga was crazy. Like the nigga was crazy. I'm like, Joe Budden, what the fuck? I was like, I wish I would have seen this before. I would have asked him about it.
Skip a little bit more just so we can see if Sharp starts talking again.
Talking about syllables and
Yeah,
even besides that,
wait,
party like that. Somebody turn that Joe Budden.
Wait, that's not true. Because when Moon Music dropped, though, like that was like, right, like.
Why would you do that? Close this.
But not him. He did like 2, right?
All right, Lord.
See, don't
Stop
even
embarrassing Flacco, please. You keep pausing when
this
he's
nigga talking about the greatest.
But
Don't move the goalpost. This is get the fuck out of here. The point is, Joe Budden is dirt. Joe Budden is dirt lyrically. Obviously, you can't, cause nigga.
You said what?
Keep going. I'm trying to see if they get back to
Sharp. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to see too.
You are trash, nigga. You're
they should have named this Almighty Suspect Wants a Feature.
yes.
They're from the same era, right? Joe Budden ain't that trash, but to where like you can take a nigga like fucking lungs out.
Yeah. For some reason, Suspect seemed like he siphoned up all the beef that Joe Budden didn't even really have for Sharp, but this is what niggas do.
But it turns into Suspect wanting the beef.
And you want to know what it is? It's probably one of those things where like he knows Joe Budden has heard of him, so it's like
because he knows he's seen the content.
Yeah, so it's like nigga, just say my name.
Yeah.
Like when what
you
happened,
feel him,
but that was different though. That was out of respect.
It was different, but you understand where it comes from.
Why you saying you like
my thing?
No, his thing.
So basically, when back when like I didn't know like y'all was in communication like the whole Joe Budden shit.
Oh yeah,
I was like, why the fuck you keep vaguely speaking on us and shit? Like nigga, just say the name. Like, right. It's a little bit different. This is just pure envy and like for all the bad reasons. You get what I'm saying?
This whole thing is weird.
This ain't for respect.
It's not even anything about him. There's no subs being thrown his way.
But
There's nothing.
This makes sense because Adam was doing the same thing to Joe.
And you know what's
basically like he's just monkey see, monkey do.
And you know what's the coldest thing about this whole shit? Is that they never addressed what Joe actually said.
No.
It's almost like they agree. Like, They chose everything else to speak about. It was like, he right about that shit. Like, we are trash, but, you know.
Oh, my God.
He trashing music, so fuck him.
Holy shit.
Them niggas did not fucking, they didn't defend their abilities. They didn't defend the quality of the podcasting.
Nigga. I still want to see if Sharp says anything.
It's looking like he's going to get cut off.
Good.
Lyrically, like, stop playing. It's about to be a landslide. He is dirt.
He said
compared to
Come on. Think that fucking Cameron can like hold like a candle to Joe Budden like lyrically, bro.
I'm about to get up and leave.
Is Joe Budden
they capping this morning, dog?
No, listen.
You killer.
I understand, right? Like people hate Joe Budden.
Further,
over Joe lyrically is crazy to me.
Hell yeah, Cameron.
Bigger jumps.
I put Joe.
Listen, like lyrically, Joe might be a little better.
It's over.
Yeah.
So keep not enough room to say anything.
Yeah, there's no room to say.
Wow, this clip was titled for the first 3 seconds.
Essentially.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's why, like I said, they should have called it Almighty Wants a Feature.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, Almighty Wants to Feel Wanted.
Make sure y'all watch the Homeroom Joe Budden episode, and that was skip to the chapter Hottest Takes and Coldest Takes. You'll find exactly why he said, keep my name out your mouth.
Yep. Sharp wants Joe Budden to keep his name out of his mouth. Yeah, Sharp doesn't want anybody to talk about him, but I think he wants all the benefits of niggas talking about him, which is a funny dilemma to be in.
Nigga, that's every pimp ever.
Yeah, I'm going to watch it again, but I'm going to watch it. But hey, I'm going to continue to watch that Here We Go Again, and then I'm also going to check out the Brick Baby show.
We got some homework, nigga, but you know, we're professors. That's what we do.
On, yeah.
We grade papers.
But all right. The Breakfast Club did not hire, it's really vague about what's going on, but the Breakfast Club did not hire Jess Hilarious after she already they either didn't hire her or they fired her before she officially started. I think
canceled the contract.
Cancel the contract. Yeah, it's a little bit of confusion. Maybe you can look up an article while we're just kind of going through it. But
and Charlamagne,
she made an announcement on her Instagram saying like, "I'm the newest member. I'm officially the third seat."
Yeah,
but celebration.
They did the ribbon cutting,
right?
But there was a video of Charlamagne. This nigga, I guess he was walking out the studio
on TMZ, right?
Yeah, and somebody caught him, and he was like so fucking vague about it. He was like, "I don't know. I mean, she got all these shows and all these comedy, all this laughter going on." Like, I don't know what's going on with her at the Breakfast Club.
I think it's one of them situations where he's frustrated with what's happening, but like he obviously can't say what the fuck is happening behind the scenes. He might not even know what's happening behind the scenes. It kind of feels like that.
It's I don't know. Of those, it's the TMZ thing started becoming performative to me. It felt performative because before that happened, It was the radio thing. That's what went like the initial thing that went viral, where him and Envy are talking, and
like Envy is a terrible actor. Anything where he's trying to lie, it's like, okay, this is fucking WWE. Let's just watch. Where's my popcorn?
Yeah, that felt like WWE, but what that felt like
it was worse than Lil Boom.
That felt like a nigga wake up call. If like when I first saw that, I kind of believed it. It was like, oh, is this a nigga wake up call? But then when they caught him outside of the fucking radio station, I was like, nigga.
Yeah.
It's badass actor because the TMZ lady ran up. What's going on with Jess Hilarious? And he was like, what? I was like,
yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm like, what new role is this for?
What is this? Like, yeah,
but it is.
I don't know. It was a black woman asking questions. He might have been cutting us some slack.
Nah, he was trying to gather his thoughts.
But it is tricky. I don't know what it is. I remember when we first like talked about it, we did allude to it like, nigga, how is this gonna be possible? Like, this whole process is gonna take her at least a year because she has to rearrange her fucking schedule. Like, she's already doing other things.
Well, I thought that this past year was her getting that out the way. So I wasn't worried about that.
It felt like she was finishing up tour dates.
It felt like now's the time to do, because I took a year to move things around and to readjust my life. That's what it seemed like.
And for all we know, this might be like Charlamagne pulling like that Snoop Dogg ad where it's like, I'm done smoking. Like, they're just acting oblivious. Like, it's no more third seat. And then out of nowhere, Jess come, you know what I'm saying, with some cleavage out.
That's what I'm thinking. So in my mind, because it's like, you also got to remember when Angela Yee left, she tweeted, the Breakfast Club as you know it will no longer be. And then that was staged. Remember that? That whole thing was staged. So it's like,
it's a good thought.
The main thing that made me think that this is all performative, I'm okay with leaning either direction. This is either a nigga wake up call where Charlamagne, who is a company man, and there's nothing wrong being a company man because you just get money out of them essentially and not take all the
and no responsibility
and take
or
all the
liability.
Liability, and you mitigate the liability and risk and just collect the capital from it. So it was either a nigga wake up call where he thought he had more pull within to where it was like, all right, we went through the whole let's filter people in and act like we don't know who we want, but we know I'm telling you to do Jess, and they're like, nah, fam. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have that pull that you thought you had. I'm okay with thinking that, or this is all just like one big hoax.
It could be that. I didn't even think about the hoax side of it, but it could be that.
But what do you think the angle is?
For the hoax?
Yeah. What's the why? What's the motivation behind this?
It's just a bigger bang for when that right hook comes.
Maybe it's the rollout. I don't know.
It's like when you don't see it
kind of weird.
coming,
what is she gonna pop out of a cake or something?
It's a little sloppy though. Like
it's still sloppy.
We watch this.
Yeah, we can watch this. Yeah, this is WWE.
Oh, 1 second. Let me.
I don't know. You look genuinely confused, right?
Let me just look at it up here, so I can zoom in and shit.
Any nigga over 40 with a camera in their face always look confused.
Yeah, nah. Especially in this era, you don't know if she's on some boom gang shit. You know, he's been pressed outside a radio station before. He's got to be left foot forward at all times.
But he doesn't even have security with him, I think.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Go back to the first slot.
Yeah. I thought it was gonna start it.
I hope that's not the security right there.
That's what actual security most of the time look like.
They be a little younger.
Oh, it won't let you click play on.
Nope.
What the fuck? They're really.
Yeah, they doing some shit. I don't know what's going on with that.
I guess just started the second one.
I could. Or maybe I'll try to refresh it real quick.
It was playing at first.
It was, yeah.
Wait.
There it is.
So now we got to ask you, because everyone wants to know, where is Jess? What's going on with our new third host?
Huh?
Where's Jess?
Jess? I don't know what Jess is. Jess has a podcast called the Carefully Reckless Podcast on the Black Effect iHeartRadio Podcast Network. She's doing stand-up, just doing her thing.
Well, I guess the better question is, where's our third host?
That is a great question. I would really like to know the answer to that. I mean, I just came from downstairs. It was just me and Envy doing the show again.
Right.
Everybody saw us rotating guest hosts, last year.
Right.
And we said we was going to start 2024 off with a new host, and that hasn't happened yet.
I know it's a little hard for you to answer these questions, but just, I thought Jess was the host. She made an announcement, and we were all excited to have her. Did she renege, or or do you not know the status of it?
I don't know.
Yeah, so he definitely knows. And it's probably in
right.
It could.
This is bad acting.
Yeah, it's probably like 60%. Like it maybe just didn't fall through.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But the other half is just like it could just be a performative hoax. Like she just popped in one day, 1 week.
Are we gonna listen to what Star had to say about this?
Mm-mm.
Okay, I thought I saw that pulled up somewhere.
He'll definitely give us a copyright strike.
Nah, shit.
You crazy. Nigga doesn't hell nah. That shit not
No, see, this is one of them situations where it's like
we got to reach out to Amy to get that shit lifted.
Yeah, for real. But
and she charges a fee.
This is one of them situations where all you can do is speculate. Like we have no information here.
Yeah, so I'm gonna take this is a nigga wake up call. I'll go down that lane. I don't know if y'all want to take another.
Nigga wake up call.
This is he thought he had more pull in the company than he thought he had, and he thought he was just gonna be able to just slide Just Hilarious in there, and
is him talking about it? Him trying to like have
and the corporate company said, "Nigga, you don't run shit over here. We don't need her. That's not the vision of the show."
But do you think that like they would go through the whole process of announcing she's gonna be on the show?
She did it herself.
They didn't go through the process. She did.
She did it herself.
Yeah.
They never
Did they
announced
retweet it?
No.
Did they condone it?
Yeah.
No.
It wasn't like an official thing. It was
wasn't
kind of like
official.
an unofficial press release.
Pretty much. It was like her at like a club or wherever the fuck
She
was
hosted
at.
her own party.
Yeah, it was some sort of party, and then a cell phone captured her saying, "Hey y'all, I'm the third mic. I'm the third mic now, and niggas celebrating and cheering."
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Is she on tour? Like, can we check her tour dates? Is it?
Pretty sure she's like always on tour.
Yeah.
Is that
But
possible?
honestly,
and even then, she could still tour on the weekends and do radio during the weekday.
Yeah, but still going down my I mean, who gives a I think Charlamagne 100% knows, but I'm just gonna commit to the this is a nigga wake up call
For her or for him?
for him. Like, because he thought he could just get his homegirl in, and
Basically,
What
you
if she was the one who fucked it up by making an announcement? And you know what I'm saying?
How would that be? I see that being like
It's possible.
a way to.
possible. But this is also another thing too. Like, Charlamagne has said that the Breakfast Club is a rotating seat. iHeart owns Breakfast Club, period. So it's not like they can take it with them anyway.
Yeah.
Whenever Charlamagne retires, the show either goes away. Whenever Charlamagne retires, because he doesn't have a rest looming over his head like fucking Envy.
Yeah.
So it's like we still don't know what's gonna happen with Envy, right?
Facts. Yeah.
So, but it's like if Charlamagne quits or they nix it, like they can either choose to put a new 3 in there that he has nothing to do with, or they just kill the show off completely and just throw another morning show in there. Like, it's not like they have the option to take it. It's Breakfast Club. Even, influence and whatever is one thing, but like who owns that shit?
Yeah.
Period on paper.
Majority stake.
And it's iHeart.
100%.
So it could have been like in their mind, they're like, this nigga he might get arrested. We just holding on to him so he don't look guilty right now.
Yeah.
Envy. And then
You still think he's gonna get arrested for real?
I don't know what's gonna happen.
I feel
to
like
him.
something would have happened already.
Possibly. I mean, there was a video.
happened by
There was a
now.
video Chicks posted where like Envy's lawyer said he's happy to testify against. So
Happy
like
to testify. Yeah.
like,
He's not going to jail.
He's
okay.
He's not
I think
going to jail.
It's just fun to speculate.
It is.
It's
And
fun to
it-
think he might still.
And it's still like a thing too. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because it's just like, even if he does continue to work there, but he has to go to court and be on trial, it's just like,
It's a whole process.
oh, that shit just kind of looks crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Why do you think iHeartMedia would not want Jess Hilarious as a host of the Breakfast Club?
I was just about to ask that.
What would be the point in that?
Probably trying to find a white woman.
The point in that would be if they don't see the future of the Breakfast Club
Growing with Jess Hilarious.
not even growing with maybe not growing with Just Hilarious, but like Charlamagne's gonna be gone at some point anyway, and we don't need his people in here. We might as well bring our people in. You know what I'm saying? Like,
It
Well,
could
then
also
you
be.
just like that. I feel like there's a slicker way of maneuvering in that situation. Then you just sign her to a deal that ends when his deal ends, so that everybody's out together.
possibly, or you just let them do the rumor report and just have 2 mics, and then we'll do with this what we want to. We gotta remember this is a $1 billion company too. At the same, they do what they want. It's not. They don't have to come down and have a conversation with you.
Or
It's-
somebody
can send a memo and cancel.
Somebody
that
in the
shit if they
ranks
want
is
to.
sending a memo, sending a memo to Charlamagne. Somebody in the ranks saying, "Hey, just so you know, you don't make those decisions anymore," like you said.
Yeah, it's like, we appreciate you suggesting her. We did think she's a good fit, but she's not what we have in our future.
Yeah.
Simple as that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I wonder if this is like a petty beef between Charlotte and just iHeart in general. in the state of the Breakfast
Ain't
Club.
nothing petty about that shit, nigga.
Right.
I mean, it could be. Well, not really, because it's not like he's still not like
It's
signing
not,
like new
it's not
deals.
bad blood between them niggas.
No, well, it's not like they're not greenlighting things for him because he did just have that thing get greenlit too with his political network.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah.
it's not like
They still have a good relationship.
Yeah, it's not like the relationship's sour, but the entity Breakfast Club might be like, fuck that shit, nigga. We ain't greenlighting shit over there for you. We'll greenlight this other shit, but not that. For what? We about to switch y'all out anyway.
Just Hilarious would have been a cool.
She'd have been a
co-host,
nice
though.
fix.
Oh yeah,
She would have
that-
been cool.
She was the best one.
Yeah,
Which
we
is-
have a video. Where we
I enjoyed it.
Which is why I'm trying to figure out why they would make such a stupid decision.
Yeah,
Like you
it's
got to
foolish.
think this content that they're producing is kind of based off chemistry. So ideally, you're gonna want the person in that third chair that the other two niggas in the chair want in there. That's how the thing is gonna flow smoothly. That's how we're gonna get a great product.
Yeah, but
Assassinating the quality is like that's some academic shit. Only he would do that.
it's one of those things where it's like it's tricky. Like I don't know. Who knows how they analyzed it? If that's even true, if this theory is even true, where they like analyzed it like that, it's
Right.
like I don't know. The numbers just say Jess not bringing it like that. You get what I'm saying?
Right. And honestly,
But
it's
what
like,
numbers would say that? Like I thought the fans kind of like unanimously was like she's the third mic. She's the best one in the
Nah,
rotating. order.
hell no.
Who would they like it over her?
It was almost. It wasn't.
No.
It was
I'm not
good.
saying that.
You talking about the fans?
None of that. Yeah, that fan shit don't mean
Oh, yeah, that
nothing.
don't matter.
Now, if this was the Breakfast Club,
Nah, but that's what he just said that the people don't like her.
we're not. I said that.
Something like that.
I don't think you said.
Come on, nigga. What did you say? Don't do that, bro.
What did you say then?
Bro, don't do that. Now I forgot. I'm believing your
You
lie.
forgot. All right, then we'll play the
What
tape
was I
back.
just talking?
But she did have a couple of viral moments that she, got off of the Breakfast Club. So I mean, I think she would have brought more eyes to him eventually. I think the chemistry would have brought some new moments.
Yeah, and it's like some things are just business. Like if
The
you
interviews
even
and
if we looking at Angela Yee, Jess Hilarious. Like Jess is probably funnier, but I mean shit, Angela Yee, she has the status, she has like the time.
But then
she got like the fucking what's that lip service? Her own little
Shit.
But that would
She
only
has way
happen,
up.
and that
Way
would only
up.
happen if they was trying to get Angela back on. Like, there's no need to compare Jess to Angela now. Angela's not coming back.
Yeah, that has nothing to do with her because
Yeah.
Angela has her own midday.
Angela's gone. Like, there's no need to debate who's better between them.
She's got the way up thing.
as far as like, Angela, we obviously saw she was pulling these numbers. This is the numbers Jess is pulling right now.
Yeah.
We can kind of do some algorithm math. All right, this is what she's going to be pulling in 2 years.
Yeah.
It's not even half of what Angela Yee is worth. That's what I was saying. If that
Oh,
theory
yeah.
is correct.
Like the math ain't math.
You get what I mean? But
I don't know.
And at the end of the day, it's like Charlamagne knows what's going on because it was just terrible acting when the
He
TMZ
knows.
guy. So it's like,
They asked the question 3 times. And he was like, huh?
so it's one of those things where he played his hand too early.
I'm just stretching it for the algorithm right now. That's
Man.
that's for me at least.
And like, he
Yeah.
probably can't speak on what's happening for real.
right, like
You know what I mean?
contractually, you can't say what you can't just like be blabbing what the fuck is on contract.
He's supposed to lie, but
Yeah.
it does seem like he's genuinely fed up with whatever's going on. Because
It doesn't
obviously he wants Jess in that chair, and that's not happening.
It doesn't feel like that to me. Not fully, honestly.
You don't think that he cares?
Just from that TMZ, it didn't feel that way. But from the Breakfast Club clip that they put out, it felt that way.
He was acting better than Envy was.
In that clip, yeah.
Like, even when he said, we was just downstairs, just me and
Actually, I take that
Envy
back.
again.
Actually, I take that back. Envy's acting in that Breakfast Club scene was better than Charlamagne's acting. Actually.
Really?
Yeah, it was actually because Envy was like genuinely. I could tell he's tired of reading.
In terms of
Reading the rumor report.
He was like that was real. He was like, I'm not reading that shit no more. Like, I'm not doing
that for
rumor.
another year.
Bro, fuck that shit. I'm not doing that shit. I was like, oh, that shit felt right.
Yeah, no, it's hard to be light-skinned and gossiping at
And
the
then
same
Charlamagne
time.
was just like, I don't know. So his acting has kind of sucked both times, actually. Envy kind of won that first award for action.
nigga,
The Breakfast Club clip altogether felt more real to me than the TMZ one.
Yeah. That nigga Envy's done with the Ruby reports. I can tell you, I can feel that shit in his spirit. He don't want to do that shit no more at all.
He's done with it.
He like, nigga, I got a case, bro. You think I want to read?
I was literally just about to say, like, he has other problems to worry about.
Yeah, fuck this.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see.
Shit is crazy.
All right, so I watched the Bad Friends podcast.
You enjoyed it?
Yeah, I enjoyed that show. Bobby Lee and Anthony
Yeah.
Santino.
Yeah.
And they had David Spade up there. And pretty much what happened, so it's not that they just had David Spade. Bobby Lee was late to the show by
egregiously
by like 40 minutes. And David Spade, they're mad at him, but like Bobby's like one of those people that like his friends aren't really mad at him. They're mad at him for real, like they're for real mad.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't know, just people being mad at Bobby just seems if that's what feels like the perfect world.
They're irritated, but their expectations of Bobby was already low.
Yeah, so
and it's one of those things where like at least he showed up, like at least he
yeah,
made it here.
Yeah, literally. So
both feet.
But one of the things that was kind of the biggest thing about it was Too Lazy to Try did a video and they copyrighted.
Shout out to him.
Yeah.
Shout out to Too Lazy to
Great
Try.
work.
They sent Bad Friends sent him over a copyright strike and took the video down because he was pretty much talking about that video and had clips of it. And apparently he was like kind of going in on the I didn't get to see the video because it got fucking taken down. But it was pretty much going in on like Bobby Lee for being late or whatever like that. But overall, to me, that was a good show. Like I thought the podcast was actually good overall. But it's just like a weird thing too because like Too Lazy to Try is like, bro, these comedians be the most sensitive niggas. Like you pulling videos down on unjustifiably. You know what I'm saying? On that in terms of like Bad Friends giving them a copyright strike.
It's very hypocritical because these comedians specifically are the type that are like, you know, we got to protect free speech at all costs.
We're the
like,
last
you know,
line of
we're the
defense.
modern philosophers and shit.
Yeah,
And you
yeah.
preach that shit, but then a nigga is using your work for some work and there's a problem.
And legally too.
Legally, yeah.
Like it wasn't just a rip. It was
yeah.
That's the whole
They're
thing
not
with-
taking credit for what you did. It's
That's
not-
the whole thing with fair use. It's like if you do have somebody's video in your YouTube video, you can do it. You just have to alter it or commentate on it. Like there has to be some sort of discourse,
Distance,
or discourse about the content. You can't just like play it and then that's it because that's just a straight rip. You just copy and paste my fucking video onto your channel. You know what I'm saying?
You got to further remove yourself. It's got to be an addition on to what just happened.
It's got to be an addition that alters the context of it or puts the clip in context. And so that all becomes like legally acceptable, essentially. But yeah, that Bad Friends shit is like that. So I don't know. He said that's the first time Bad Friends have ever done that. Mind you, this is like this year I'm going to like start watching Bad Friends like more on a regular basis. Also, shout out to that David Spade interview. Forgot how legendary he was.
Yeah.
I
David
just,
Spade is
yeah,
fucking
like,
great.
I just
Yeah.
like, you know.
It's one
but
of
you
those.
just-
Yeah.
You know, but you just forget. You know what I'm saying? And it's
I'm
like.
sorry. Shit.
And that's that
Yeah.
magician nigga, right?
The magician?
No. That's David Blaine.
That's David Blaine.
Yo,
That's
David
David Blaine.
So
David
you
Spade-
still owe David Spade some respect.
Yeah, nigga. I'm thinking of David Blaine.
No, David Spade. You know, you know him when you see him.
yeah.
Saturday Night Live.
Shit
like that.
Comedic
But
actor.
The comedic nigga.
yeah, bro. So that shit was the episode was good as overall though. But I fuck with Bobby Lee and I fuck with Andrew Santino for real. Like I think they have a good show over there. It's a lot of yelling.
Wait
For
till
some
we get
reason
into
it
that
works.
mother.
Good.
I was about to say, wait till we start getting into that lore and shit because you know Bobby Lee's done some wild things. It's just like a
Yeah.
bunch of weird shit that happened in that circle, bro.
Bro, I did one of my favorite parts of that episode is they was taking shots at Koala, the girl.
Yeah.
The Tiger Belly podcast.
yeah.
And it's just so funny because it's like her name is like Lord Voldemort, nigga. Like,
Yeah.
She's like she who must not be
She's
named.
done a lot of heinous
You might
things.
summon that bitch if you say
She
it too
had,
many
bro,
times.
and it's like even David Spade is like, yeah, you still do that podcast for some reason, like,
And it's one of the, and it's
just threw it away.
Yeah,
and it's
bro.
a weird thing because everybody knows about like their history because they've talked about it on the podcast when it was happening.
Yeah.
So it's like people just like they talking to Bobby and it's just like
yeah, bro, yeah, and he's like, I made a mistake,
Yeah.
and we're working through this. I don't know why he's doing that shit either, but he's like Akademiks. Him and Akademiks are they should link. Oh shit,
Nah.
they're not. Bobby is more removed from his terrorist because it doesn't seem like she's actively terrorizing him on a like before. It was like she clocked in when she woke up to do that. Now it's like I let you chill for the terror, as long as you continue to pay my bills.
And Bobby's an animal, man. Like it's something weird about him. You get what I mean? Like, have you seen his comedy, like his stand up?
He's weird, bro.
Yeah.
He's a strange nigga, bro.
It's
Yeah,
just-
he's a strange nigga.
Yeah.
He has there's a boundary that he's willing to go to. Most niggas don't push towards.
Yeah, David Spade took some shots at his stand up too. That shit was funny.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, when Bobby does stand up, he was like, it's always good. And he was like, and people always say, like, man, it seems like it's coming off the top. And he was like, yeah, it's obvious he's freestyling because there's no punchlines. Like he's like the nigga just be doing shit.
Yeah.
Like, but he's
just
like,
be doing shit.
He's a fucking circus.
But it's
and
good
I think
though.
he hasn't dropped a special in like forever, and I think that's one of his like the things that people hold over his head is that like on the comedy side, like you've taken so long to drop a special.
Yeah.
It's like now it's time, but you can't because it's not going to be as good as the amount of time that you haven't. You get what I mean?
Yeah, and then like every time I think of specials now, I just hear Cat Williams say, Cedric the Entertainer has 4 specials and none of them are available on Tubi or.
Yeah.
I just hear that in my head.
You can't
and
even Google them shits.
Yeah.
I just be like, fuck, bro. Because I'll be like, damn, I've never seen a Cedric special. Like,
Never.
fuck, bro.
I've seen every movie he's been in though.
I've seen pretty much every movie he's been in, for sure, bro.
Yeah, and it depends on what you want to go for.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
But have y'all ever seen a Andrew Santino stand up?
Nah.
I might have seen a clip. That's about it.
I don't think I've ever seen a stand-up. I literally
I've
just
seen-
seen him in podcasts and movies.
I've seen enough of it. I like his work. I think he's a cool writer.
Yeah.
I like him.
Doesn't he write on Dave too? Or did I just make that up?
He might have. I know he was.
Yeah, so he.
I know he probably. I think he had a part in there, and then he was also in that Asian show. What was that called?
Asian show.
What was the Asian?
So my beef.
Beef. He was in that too.
Yeah.
He was in that.
You mean dog?
Yeah. But what was you saying? What was you about to say? You're about to say something. I forgot.
Yeah, I don't know.
But regardless, though, they got a funny ass podcast. We got to start talking about. Like, I wonder how we're gonna approach talking about this shit that's already happened with these niggas.
What you mean?
Because it's like it's so much like it's stories and lore that they've gone through that we gotta like actually write as its own topic itself. That is worthy of a bell. If we gonna talk about these niggas, like we gotta talk about the most interesting shit.
Yeah.
We even gotta understand the context of what's going on.
Yeah. Well, that's
them previous events is the seasoning for what's happening right now.
That's a fact.
Yeah, that is true. Somebody in the comments, they did put down there. They were like, "I'm an avid Rory Amal watcher, so if you need background, just like I can be that person."
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, bro, there's so much. Like, that's the thing. That's the one thing that's like a little bit like with starting new podcasts or going into new shows. It's like you're gonna miss out on so much lore. So because we don't know the lore, we just know these moments that we're reviewing at the current time. You know what I'm saying? But it's also like one of those things that niggas got to get active in them comments. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Especially if they're not shows that we have 3 year
watching. Yeah.
Lore building with. You know what I'm saying?
I was about to say, yeah, 'cause that whole Bobby Lee situation, like we gonna study out of class.
But it is better.
alone.
It is better to jump on it as soon as you can, though, because there's still gonna be new lore building, and once you figure out the characters, when you hear the stories that happened before, you still get some more context behind.
Because
it.
y'all never watched Bad Friends like before this.
I have.
I haven't.
Not every episode. Like I'm not every week watching it, but I watch at least like one episode.
Sparingly. Every now and then.
One episode a month. Man.
They got a thumbnail that calls your name out and shit.
Yeah, like one episode a month. I definitely watch Bad Friends. So it's like I just know what I see.
Yeah.
And then I was locked in a couple years ago during the Koala drama. Koala.
Oh yeah,
whatever.
I don't know her saying her name.
Koala.
Whatever.
It's probably better to disrespect.
But long story short, I was following that shit because that shit was crazy.
Yeah, she was on some shit.
Whether you was watching them podcasts or not, nigga, fuck it, this shit is entertaining. So I was definitely on that for sure.
They were chopping her head off on YouTube.
Yeah, it's a whole situation with her because it's like it had something to do with that other comic who's like not funny. He's on the Joe Rogan Spirit.
Brendan Schaub.
Yeah, I guess he's a scumbag too.
He's another curious case.
The thick boys.
Yeah.
Fucking weirdos. All right, let's move. I forgot I had this on here. All right, Fat Joe sends a shot at Dame Dash, and Dame Dash responds. When I say this moment of Dame Dash, I love this moment. First of all, I didn't know Dame Dash had a YouTube channel. I knew he was doing media, but like, you know, when we would see like those clips of like Dame Dash like going viral and shit like that, just like, I just thought he was going to people's show. I didn't realize he had a podcast. It's called The CEO Show.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. And I don't know why I wasn't subscribed to his America New Network.
I didn't realize he was still doing that. I knew I knew what was happening though.
Gotcha.
But that's the thing with Dame Dash. It's like, you know.
That's true. I might have known it
should be
started,
here.
but I don't know if it was every week type shit. And I still don't know if it's every week.
You kind of just assume that it got discontinued, as most things Dame Dash
kind of
does.
thing, yeah. So I did see that he did an interview with like DC Young Fly, but Fat Joe said some shit to this nigga, bruh. And honestly, bruh, I'm not like a Fat Joe fan. Like he just like Fat Joe, just like every time he speaks, I just think it shit just kind of annoys me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you kind of like slowly start thinking in your head, why is this nigga a legend?
Why do I have to talk about it? Like, why do y'all keep putting him in front of me? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm tired of seeing this nigga host things. Like, I'm tired of this nigga on Instagram Live.
He's not even fat anymore.
Yeah, I'm tired of his like. I'm just tired of everything about this nigga.
So
you know what I'm
that
saying?
shit he be promoting and shit.
Yeah,
that
I'm
beard
just
shit.
sick of all this shit.
Yeah, you never listen to Fat Joe? Joey Crack?
The music, yeah.
Back in the day?
I listened to the music back in the day for sure, but just like Talking Joe?
Yeah, it's a little different.
Fuck out of here. Just like
He was getting a lot of respect though. It felt like he was getting a lot of respect because of his esteem.
Bro, I knew Fat Joe was gonna suck at podcasting when he interviewed 6ix9ine. I was like, this is the stupidest shit I've ever seen in my life. Like when that happened, this is before like 6ix9ine like got arrested. I was like, I watched that shit and was like, this is dumb as fuck. Like that's all I kept thinking was,
it was
like,
just off.
And then I just thought this was like a one-time thing. He hasn't shut up since then.
Yeah, he'll fuck around and be on live preaching.
Yeah,
the lives are
I think he has a show on. Like, does he
has
do
a show on like Instagram Live, bro?
Yeah.
I hate every time something goes viral from his show because when I hear it, I be like, "What the fuck are you talking about right now?"
I think you hate it more because so many people love it too, and you like, what the fuck are y'all niggas looking at?
I hate it. I really hate it, dog. I don't even know if it's. I don't know if people love. I think old people like.
That's
it.
what I'm talking about. It seems like the industry people, like all the people seem to like fuck with it.
He's an OG from New York, so he automatically has an audience
That's
just
what I'm
because
saying.
of like he's an old rapper. And then, I mean, shit. If niggas listen to Nori, they're gonna listen to Fat Joe. And honestly,
I even hear Joe Budden talking, like saying shit like that. Like that nigga, like Joe is doing good shit. Like Joe
Fat
Budden,
Joe?
yeah, talking about Fat Joe, saying like I fuck with that shit.
Usually when I
Other
see
people
him
say that,
talking,
like,
it's never like that stupid.
I don't listen to it, so I don't know. But I'm just saying I can see where AJ's coming from because I've heard him say some shit where I'm like, it doesn't sound that amazing.
I'm not gonna
you know what I'm
lie.
saying?
Every time I hear him talk, I be like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Every time I hear him talk,
You know why that is? Because every time you hear him talk, he's figuring out what he's talking about. Every time I watch Fat Joe
That's a
like
good
interview
point.
somebody or like giving an opinion on a take, he's doing the research right now. Like we're seeing the thought process play out.
And I'm watching an old nigga figure out a concept that's like 1 + 1 = 2 to me. You know what I'm saying?
And this isn't his way of like getting his thoughts off. You know, he's used to putting it in haikus and like rhymes and shit. So it's like to actually like formulate your thoughts and like interview a nigga. It's not even his realm. But I fuck with Fat Joe though. Like
only difference is he's been doing it long enough now to where it's like you either should be good or improving. Like you gotta choose between the two.
I gotta look back into it.
Pull up, and we can see what he said about Dame Dash. Because when Dame responds, nigga, that shit was beautiful. Shit was beautiful.
It's poetic.
Well, this is
Dame
the
Dash is the type of
Dash
nigga
response.
to walk into a window and still come out unscathed.
This shit right here, delusional is real. Fat Joe shames Dame Dash.
Shames Dame Dash.
Yeah. Let me see.
How dare you shame Dame Dash? This is
I guess I'll put this on the screen.
Yeah, nah. Dame Dash inspired so many of the young entrepreneurs you see.
Whoa, what's happening right now?
I think he's selling a book.
Oh my God.
Oh, it's one of those channels. Oh, never
Okay,
mind.
here we go. This is when he
it,
be
right?
on live.
This looks like it.
He always looking like the flash is so bright on whatever he's recording on.
Let's see.
Is in 2024.
Somebody wrote that the hip hop's elder statesmen are now taking control of the game and is being the new commentators because we went through everything. And so
Never realized how much he looked like Thanos.
I've been using this word delusional a lot, and I see
it's just
that
dawning on me.
it's picked up. And so because we're not technically a podcast, we're not technically a TV show, but we come on here and we talk shit, and it goes viral every time. And I'm not trying to throw nobody under the bus. I'm not trying to diss nobody. I'm not hanging off a bridge. I'm not but every time we throw the camera on and we get to talking pure realness, pure truth, it goes beyond viral. And so, delusional is real. People hype themselves up to believe that there's something they're not.
I think he just.
If you're
did
a
that.
hustler, if you're a money getter, then where's your money? If you're a genius,
I even hate his cadence. You're a hustler, a money getter. I hate
was
the
like,
cadence.
the Queen's
what
left.
that
When you
sounds like
repeat it
his-
back, it sounds so much more.
You hate
like,
his articulation.
I hate it.
That's what. Yeah.
He's not good.
It's the veneers.
You got to think, the veneers, and like he has one of the beards to where it's like
It's
it probably
stenciled on.
it probably itches every time he contorts his face a certain way. So with certain words he can't even use.
And then he keeps looking down like he's reading something.
Might be.
Nah, man, that's a hard life.
That's an old nigga nap.
Is that what that is?
Old
Yeah,
niggas take
hard
quick
life.
naps like that.
Yeah, I can't watch no more of it. Unless y'all want to watch some more.
I kind of like.
Go ahead, yeah. If you
I
wanna
like
hear-
irritating my ears.
Yeah.
Alright, so far.
and you're smart, then where's your shit?
Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
Okay.
And so,
to us.
We use your tag against you.
Like he's drinking
whoever
fruit
you
juice.
are, you know what Jay-Z said, you made a Jay-Z, go make another Jay-Z.
Crazy. Well, how dare you talk to Dave like that?
That's where it came from.
He also said,
And that's not
and that's
a direct shot at Dame Dash. I have no issues
Oh, he
with
just
Dame
hit
Dash in the
it.
world, but
Yes,
I'm
it
just
is.
saying, that's one of the most historic
You know
lines.
what that pause was? He realized,
realized
all
up.
the side content that was
Yeah.
about to be made about
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
that viral shit he was talking about in the beginning.
Yeah.
He just did it again.
but he did exactly what he said. He's speaking his truth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pure.
You get what I'm
So
saying?
let's watch Dave. I just love Dave's response, bro. It's so good. First of all, look at this set. Let's just admire this set.
Nigga, look
first
at
of
his
all.
shoulder position, and you
Look
notice,
at the
but
set. Look at the set, bro. He got two baddies on either side of him.
it looked like the two niggas from Chappelle's Show intro was in the corner somewhere.
He's sitting on the crate. He's
Yeah.
got a cup. He's holding the Rode clip-on mic. He's holding that.
He's holding it.
He's holding it.
That is serious.
I love this shit.
He's very serious.
This isn't even a full podcast. He just said, "Turn the cameras on. I got to get this shit off real quick."
He holding a lavalier.
Yeah.
Always surrounded by women. You know, that's a staple for
Always
Dane.
staple, bro. Yeah.
There's something I want to address. Fat Joe decided to enter the conversation about, the things that I was saying about my experience based on my personal view with the Rockefeller experience and, whatever.
Right.
And he said some shit like make another Hove and delusional and all that. I saw that.
Delusional is real.
Oh, I could have just.
People hype themselves up to believe that there's something they're not. If you're a hustler, if you're a money getter, then where's your money? If you're a genius and you're smart, then where's your He said it. You made one, go make another one.
And I was surprised at Fat Joe because he ain't got shit to do with it. And, grown men, he's from the street. We don't usually talk on other men's business, so maybe he's changed. But regardless, I ain't
All
got no
staple
beef with him.
lines.
I have a response
We need to get
what
these
you
out the
said.
way.
Number one, make another Hove. Why the fuck would I make another Hove? He was double dipping. We were paying him highly as an artist, and then he was double dipping from the company, and it didn't make me a lot of money. He did not generate $100 million a year for me. That's why I had to do a lot of other shit. I don't want to make another Hove. But I did make a Kanye, a Cameron, Pause, or Help. And, after you do that, I don't have anything else to do. But what I did do is the next year, I started another company called Rachel Roy, and it generated over $100 million a year. So I didn't make another Hove. I made another $100 million company. But because you don't speak that language, and most people don't, and a lot of what you know is music, if I'm doing something in another language you don't understand, then it doesn't resonate with you. But do the research, look under the hood, and look at the $100 million company with Rachel Roy that I did a year or
That
two
nigga's
right
under the
after
hood of
that.
that
I don't
head.
make an artist, I make a company. And then what I'm doing now, because he was like, yo, where the money at? I ain't going. Number one, to me, it's not a manly thing to ask about another man's money. And other men don't show their money to prove anything to another man.
Facts.
So it's almost like a mind your business kind of thing. But either way, that's your approach. Go ahead and do that. Whatever. But my point is, I want you to look at America New. Take the time, do the research, and because you don't speak the language of television, you might not understand the magnitude of having having a television network without partners or raising a dollar, making all the content in it, and making sure you get the ad tech to get the full CPM and the data. So I want to enlighten Fat Joe as to other businesses. Now, I see him doing other businesses like beard dye.
Fat Joe, DJ Khaled, Tank Tyson Beckford, the Wonder Boy, Travis Kelce. Right for the holidays, get that glow. You see how that thing going? Rewind to 10, baby. Why fight the time when you can rewind the time?
And promoting, putting dye on your face to make yourself look younger.
I go in the bathroom, I rinse it off with water. Simple as that. North to south, I got that glow.
That's not my business model. I've heard him say things like, I'm going to open the door of the richest man in the room. That's not me. And, you know, you can do what you want to do. It's all good. And I feel like, you know, Fat Joe and I have always had a good rapport. We used to have a lot of problems with Fat Joe, Big Pun, and I would be the guy, the voice of reason, to squash all that. And I think someone should ask Fat Joe about it. He could articulate it. But again, I'm not trying to sell beard dye. I'm not trying to open up doors for people that have more money than me. I'm not trying to go into a club, make music, and be the old guy in the club and try to make myself look younger.
Right. You can hit it. You can
I like
pause
to
it.
create companies.
So yeah,
I like to create companies, nigga.
Yeah.
I like fuck beard dye.
So yeah, this whole response, I was like, man, I'm loving this right now.
Yeah, it was good.
I want to watch more the CEO show.
Yeah, nah, it was just nothing but real ill truth spilling out, nigga.
More CEO
He
show.
said, why would I make another Jay-Z? I made another $100 million. I said, damn.
He's like, you short-sighted, nigga.
That hits different.
Yeah, nah.
I understand we do different businesses. You sell hair dye. I build companies.
Yeah, Dame, that it's just classic shit talking. Like you just kind of rebuttal what you're doing better than the nigga that
Yeah,
he's
bro.
trying to do.
It
to
never
you.
gets old, bro.
It's like, nigga, you're trying to do beard dye. Like I've done this. I made this amount of X amount of dollars in the past.
And there's certain people too, like that, whether they were wrong or not, because there's certain aspects of Dame Dash story where I'm like, all right, I can see.
There's a little validity to the criticism.
Right,
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Some of the criticism.
Exactly, yeah, right. But it's still certain niggas that like, when they get on that boss talk, it's like, hey, that hits different for him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
He doesn't
yeah.
have to be excited to give this message. It's gonna hit different. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And that's what when I saw that, I was like, that was a nice, refreshing Dame Dash clip at the top of the year. You know what I'm saying?
Literally. And I can't wait for him to have that last laugh. Because with what we just said, god damn.
Yeah, you.
There's a lot of W's in that motherfucker.
Yeah.
But with what we just said, all the criticism on his name, I feel like there's eventually gonna be a day where he just gets $1 billion and then he just gets that laugh back
I
in
want that
everybody's
for
face.
him.
Like
I do want
that's
that
gonna be
for him.
amazing, nigga.
Yeah.
This
And it
whatever
might be-
America knew is, it's like
And I don't care how long it takes. It's just
Yeah.
like he just pops out with that $1 billion company.
uh-huh. And he's gonna be able to talk the most shit because he did it himself. That's why it took him so
Yeah.
fucking long.
Exactly. I never asked you for nothing. You niggas said this about and that about me. I did it. You know
I
what
just
I'm
put my
saying?
own money up, nigga.
Yeah, bruh. So that's never gonna get old. I'm definitely gonna be watching. I did start watching. He did an interview with DC Young Fly, and that's always good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
well,
DC
DC Young
Young.
Fly always has a good appearance. He
He's
always
a
has
cool
good-
dude. He's a cool character.
Yeah, so it's like him talking to Dame. It's got to be a fucking good episode. I started watching it. I didn't finish it, but I did start watching it though.
And who exactly are these two women beside him? Like
No idea.
his nieces.
It's
Just
emotional support.
No, that's like they're not even black.
Two peculiar bitches, huh?
Yeah, nah.
Yeah,
That's
one
nice.
of them. I think
One might be his accountant, the other one might be his his lavalier holder.
Yeah, I don't even know. Yeah, they're not even black though.
One's his right assistant,
Well, the
one's
right-
his left assistant.
one of 'em might
Literally. It's that simple.
She's like,
Hey, they're important enough to be.
Yeah,
with
one of
Dame.
them's blackish, yeah.
They're important enough to be around Dame.
Dame
you know?
wouldn't put them in swivel chairs and himself on a crate if he didn't think highly of them.
Dead ass. Yeah. Shout out to Dame though, man. I hope I get more clipped up moments like this on the Instagram reels and the
Jesus
shorts.
Christ.
I could watch these all day. Like throw some of that boss music behind it. Like we don't speak the same. I can understand where you don't speak my language. I said, oh God. He's like, I'm teaching you about Hebrew right now. You just don't even understand that.
He taught him. He took him to man school. Nigga.
Yeah, he
like
did.
this whole response was like, men do this and not that.
That's a fact.
I'm a man. You are pretending. Nigga.
I love that shit,
Yeah.
bro. And it started immediately. First 5 seconds, he was on that. Other men don't speak in other men business. I said, let's go. Let's get it, nigga. Let's
At the
get
same
it.
time, it's like this was a perfect response, but like a lot of this Dame has been saying for like the past 10 years,
It never
just
gets old.
switching out with other niggas.
Yeah,
like,
literally.
Men not speaking to other men business. I've heard that 8 years ago when he was handing out his son cookies with Charlamagne. What interview was that?
Yeah, no, literally.
But
that's-
he's just marketing his son's cookies.
The
nigga.
principle still applies, nigga.
But shout out to Dame. I do hope like I don't hear any more shit talking. I just hear like American New News like hit X amount of stock value or whatever.
It's
I hope it's not enough. You know, Dame too old to be still talking shit. Like,
This,
what the fuck?
yeah.
I
And based on
want-
how he preaches.
I want to see Dame like past Dame, like just as
Yeah.
far as flexing, like,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
just
yeah.
actual business, not on some rap shit. Just like nigga, I got businesses, I got nigga.
I think that's what we seeing right now. It's just
That's
every
how I
now
feel,
and then
yeah.
a nigga calls his card and
A
he
nigga
comes
tries him. Like when he
and-
was,
that's true.
like with the Lee Daniels nigga, like,
he just wanted his money.
bro, and it's crazy that I got to run you down. And it's like the way that nigga was acting, it's like you clearly ran off of my $1 million.
Yeah, like
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
so it's like
that video didn't even have audio, and you could just feel like, okay, he's
you
wrong.
know you're wrong.
Yeah.
Like it's like it's obvious.
Damon.
Yeah, you wouldn't even be doing all that if you was in the right. So it's like, yeah, it's like niggas are playing with him too, which is fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Let's move over to this joint though. So I got Stephen A. Smith versus Jason Whitlock. So
Yeah, this is one of them eternal beefs.
yeah, so I don't know the history. Do y'all know a little bit about the history? I mean, I know I watched history videos just saying how much they've hated each other and how many shots have been traded throughout the years. This is not a couple
there's-
month thing. This is
It's been a constant rip between these niggas, and that's why when Jason Whitlock went to FS1 with Skip Bayless, that was like a hater move. Like, I'm gonna link up with your ex-best sports commentator host nigga.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, these sports conferences, and then it's like,
There's a lot of flagrant fouls on these podcasts and talk shows.
yeah, bruh. So what happened most recently, I think, or it's like, it's not recently, but just like most recently, Jason Whitlock pretty much called out Stephen A. Smith for things that he had in his autobiography in terms of like
basketball game.
pretty much how his actual career.
You know, some validity.
Yeah, like pretty much
actual
his-
factual
his
information.
sporting
You
career.
can't average 1.5 points a game.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that was on the table, and
I mean,
then
you can.
and then Stephen A. Smith
In one game played.
Stephen A. Smith pretty much like was like he did like a warning shot first, like I'm addressing this fat bastard finally, like. But then did y'all watch this? Did y'all watch this? Like Stephen A. Smith kind of going in.
I haven't seen the response video.
I watched like a snippet. It was just basically him naming off all like the best people in the world and basically how much even they hate Whitlock. Like, nigga, I know this pastor that has fed like 18 million homeless niggas. They will send him to hell. Like, it's,
Bruh, long story
just,
short, he did everything but address that 1.5 points.
yeah.
Long story short, which made it I was disappointed. And the reason I'm disappointed is we just talked, nigga, we're branching out into different content. I'm going into it with just like not watching their content every week, and I'm just on Stephen A. Smith's side immediately right
That's
now.
just who you know
Just
and like.
because that's just who I know, and I like him. You know what I'm saying? But
Jason
when I
was
saw
like-
that, I was like, this nigga's really just name calling. Like, what is happening? Like, he literally
Yeah, he
like
called him a bitch.
he called him everything.
Yeah.
You fat slob,
Fat
bastard,
bitch.
bitch. You fat bitch. You
Yeah.
lazy bitch. You bum bitch. Like,
I was kind of on that disappointment wave
it
after
was just
thinking about it.
yeah, it was just name calling, and I was like, what the fuck is happening right now? Like, I thought, especially because the way he hyped it up, like, I'm finally gonna say his name. I'm gonna speak his name. I'm gonna address him. I thought I was about to watch a Stephen A. Smith like cook session. Like, you really break a nigga down. You know, like their existence.
Yeah,
That's-
I think this is one of them situations where like he doesn't have true ammunition on this nigga. They just purely don't
It's
like
just
each
bad
other.
blood.
So at this point,
Nah.
it's like, let me just say, it's probably weird because they probably kind of respect each other on some level,
Nah.
which is why, because you notice he didn't go at his skill. He's talented at what he does.
No,
Because
he
you got to
didn't.
think, these are two rivals in the same game. If
He did go to skill, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he went at everything
he
for the
went at
most
all
part.
of that shit.
Everything except the points.
Yeah,
because you can't go against that nigga. It's like,
Yeah, he don't.
you
He
average
don't like that
1.5
nigga.
points.
He don't think that nigga's good either.
I
He
wonder
don't like
what
that nigga at all.
happened. Like, you know
Like,
what I'm saying?
what was the actual first initial?
And this is so deep. It's multiple things, but like, it has to be. I think Whitlock is just a teacher's pet. That's what it seemed like.
See, I don't
Stephen
know.
A. don't seem like he hated.
I'm
Like,
gonna be real. I didn't even know Jason Whitlock existed until this happened.
Oh, really?
Word.
Because I don't watch sports commentary.
Yeah, people hate that
And
nigga.
even in the sports commentator
Yeah, like-
world, like he's kind of like the
C tier.
Yeah,
Maybe
I was
lower
gonna
B.
call him like a dirty little whore, but
Yeah.
in the context of the sports world,
People keep him a secret.
people know him, but it's like we don't really like.
They
why
don't
address
validate
that?
him. Nobody validates him for real. Like,
Yeah, it's one of them situations. Which is why when he went to Skip Bayless on FS1, it's like, all right, he's kind of like back in the mainstream
he was
again.
stamped.
Yeah. Not even stamped, but here we go again. It's like
personally,
Gotcha.
I've never
Here we
met.
go.
I've personally never met a single person who's told me that they like Jason Whitlock.
nobody.
Never.
bad.
Damn, for real?
Nah,
I've never
nigga.
met a person who said
Oh,
I
he's
like
hated
Jason
like
Whitlock.
that.
I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie, he's not even bad, but it's something about him that just
Yeah, I was
kind of
about to
ruins
ask.
the
What about
show
his
for me.
performance?
He's not terrible.
He's
but
not terrible. That's the thing with sports commentary. Like, if you're good at analytics, like you're good, which
you
he's
can read
great
the
at.
numbers, yeah.
But it's the personality. It's really everything that Stephen A. was kind of saying. Like, it's just something about this nigga. Like,
don't like
pastors don't like this nigga. That's what Stephen A. Smith said. So it's like, bruh.
But I think Stephen A. was upset at something else. I think Jason Whitlock, was.
He called
him.
Jason audacious. I forgot what he did, but he said something that was like
He was texting Stephen A. himself, like asking him for like forgiveness for some shit or something. I don't remember the story. I gotta look at it again.
He was
myself.
seeking repentance.
I don't know if it was forgiveness, but he was saying things like in a positive light to Stephen A. actually, and then like saying something separate, like in a public sphere. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like one of
he's
those things.
a fucking snake.
Yeah, it's like
He did some snaky shit.
You know what
Look
I'm
at
saying?
his
Shit
profile
like that,
picture.
yeah.
Like he looks like that guy.
Okay, yeah. To be fair, like if just judging just based off like he looks
Based
like
off how he looks, he looks like that
Yeah,
guy.
he looks like
he looks like a weasel.
He
looks
kinda looks like
he wants to be the only black nigga in the room.
he looks like
He
a
does
diabetic
look
Will
like
Like
Smith.
that's what
He
his
does have that look. Yeah,
his
he does.
energy, you know. What
and
I
that's
mean?
kind of his energy too.
And granted, like, I want to make this very clear. Stephen A. He did a good job of painting this picture. This
of how much he's hated.
like this nigga being a bad person because I believe it. Like in the picture, he just seemed like. And then can you click on a short? Like, can we hear this nigga speak? Because it's like, what the fashion?
It's him. I got you. Shador Sanders.
Shout out these niggas for walking at Louis Vuitton.
Why would they skip the first team meeting of the 2024 season to run over to Paris to be in a fashion show?
That's kind of crazy.
And this is
That's
a
insane.
byproduct of Dion's thinking, and maybe it's true. Maybe coaching, maybe chemistry, maybe building a bond amongst the team, maybe 'cause the football that I grew up playing, it was like pledging a fraternity in terms of they wanted to break you down. They wanted you, a group of guys, to suffer together. And then that's the way you build a bond. That's the way you get a team tough and ready and together. That's how you build team chemistry. That's why they used to have two-a-days in football. And they'd be very
clicked the
difficult
video where he was
because
right.
the coaches wanted to build a bond.
So what?
So we
That's
clicked the
all
video
thrown
where
out
he
the
was
window
right.
now.
Nah,
It's
I
all
was
just
hoping to
about
hate on this.
the transfer portal and recruits.
Oh, I'm about to hate on him.
Go ahead.
So, wanting to be the only black guy in the room, you can hear it, but you can also tell by his haircut because it's like
It's just the energy. Like you can
you know what I'm
tell.
saying? Like he has one of those like the Black Power Ranger haircuts.
Okay.
Like where there's no
Yeah,
There's no corners to his
there's no
headline.
corners. It's just like it rounds down.
You can look at most people. You can look in their eyes and tell them. You could just tell where they're at in life.
Yeah,
You know
and
what I
you
mean?
can tell, and you know, it's something about the outcast of broadcasting. They always have that red mic. I feel like they always have like a red mic. Like this looks like it could like that. His set looks like it's in his garage, and he's doing great on YouTube and shit like that, or wherever he's like broadcasting from. But like
It's against his will. He would rather be.
He's fully independent. He's got a beautiful operation, but at the same time, he's in his garage and not accepted by his peers.
Exactly.
Even though they acknowledge him, but it's never in a positive light.
And it's one of those things where it might be like, you know, like fucking Julian. He might just be a Julian type of individual where he's not a bad guy.
Yeah.
But it's just like, you fucking, it's something about you.
I ain't
nigga.
trying to be around you.
You know what I
either.
mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you cool, but just from afar away.
Right.
And you kind of cool.
I'm not gonna lie, I was fully disappointed in
Stephen A's the way he went about it. It was
It was a little ghetto, right?
Yeah, it's like
it's like what
it doesn't feel like it was ever gonna
Stephen A.
But it's like as much as I want to hear maybe you like tearing somebody apart in a way, you know what I'm saying? It's like I didn't like the fact that
With more technique though.
Yeah, like you're supposed to have technique. That's what you kind of built on. You know what I mean? Like,
but it's also so much
how
hate
personal this
between these
This is
niggas
very personal.
where it's like the only thing that can be understood is that you are a bitch ass nigga.
but that's what I'm saying. It felt like a crash out. Like it didn't feel like a.
That was a crash out. He crashed out.
You know what I'm saying
Stephen A. Smith crashed the fuck out.
I felt like a crash out.
Nah,
I think
because
this is what happens when you want to fight a nigga, but he's across the country.
It doesn't do anything for his stature. It doesn't
And
do
one of
anything
those-
for his ESPN work. It
one of-
doesn't do anything for anything.
one of the things is that like this wasn't just for him. This was for his colleagues. This was for that one assistant that told him about like how much she fucking hated Jason. This is about like all of that.
Apparently,
Like,
he
'cause-
reached out to them too. saying he
because
about to be
I
out.
don't think Jason, like Stephen A., he just wanted to make people realize that like, look, nobody likes this nigga. Like, nobody.
That normally would make me like be like, well, obviously the nigga is probably right about something that you don't like.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Like if you're trying to get me to not like somebody because of these reasons, like why are you so passionately? I should be able to not like a nigga by myself. Like I should be able to like naturally get there. I don't need assistance in like, and on top of I don't need assistance in figuring out why I don't like somebody. And on top of that, I just think Stephen A. Smith is above crashing out. And I watched the crash out. Mind you, I'm like, I'm about to really start watching these niggas. Like,
yeah, you
know
missed
what
the
I'm saying?
popcorn when it come to crash outs, nigga.
Yeah, so like, yeah, I know, exactly. So I'm going into it thinking I'm about to watch this nigga really. I think he's about to get surgical.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, this is an academic stream.
no surgery.
Academics crash outs are way better than this shit.
Yeah.
Like, you need
Yeah.
training, nigga.
Niggas
You need
playing
to go to the
Operation,
academy.
Because you got to think, normally when Stephen A. Smith is talking shit about an individual, he has stats.
That's what I'm
He
saying.
has
Bro,
gains
he's
to back
going,
this shit
like-
up.
But
The problem with Jason Whitlock is he hasn't done anything truly wrong to pick at. It's just he don't like the nigga. So he's got to go to all the niggas who also don't like this nigga.
And also
paint the picture.
He was painting the picture, maybe not as much as y'all would have liked, but he was telling stories. He was giving context.
Like snake
He
and
was-
shit, context shit.
He
was
was
doing that.
like,
I
no,
was talking
there's
about
this
earlier.
one white dude who works in this department. He has like a farm. He has three children. Like, he doesn't like Jason. Like, I'm telling you, it's something weird with this nigga.
Can we see this other short from Jason actually? Because this is the one that's talking about Stephen A. It seems.
Oh yeah.
He didn't play because I cracked my kneecap in half. My basketball scholarship at Winston-Salem State University, my first year there, I cracked my kneecap in half. And I was never able to play again. I kept trying to come back. They talk about I averaged 1.5 points a game. I saw some article on social media. That's a lie. It was less.
Why is there a Steve Smith on the stat sheet credited with playing 9 games? Who is that Steve Smith? This is why I keep saying, like, hey, man, this isn't just a tiny little lie. Oh, the guy can't remember how many games he played in college.
Yeah, this is
What,
egregious.
get off
That's
his
9
back,
times you
Whitlock.
lied.
What are you doing? I'm asking the question, like, who is this other Steve Smith? And is the entire story fraudulent? Because that's the only logical conclusion to reach.
And yeah, man, I don't know, man. This seems like
I don't like that shit.
Too.
I thought highly of Stephen A. Smith. I didn't think that the first time I was really about to dive in, I'm about to find out this nigga's lying about his fucking basketball career.
Bro,
What kind of shit is that?
This is some petty shit. Like, it's literally like Charlamagne and Joe Budden. It's like two sides, both different views, both different avenues of attacking them. Like, but we know which one's Joe.
You're the basketball guy, Tone.
What's up?
Can you be listed as playing a game if you were a DNP?
cannot be listed as
what's a DNP?
Did not play.
Did not play.
Oh.
Nah.
So is there a way you can be listed and not get any burn?
I don't know. I think it
played
really
9
depends on
games.
the stat keeper type because like your name is on the roster.
Right.
Like you might have suited up for the game, but suiting up for the game doesn't mean you played.
Exactly.
Oh, for sure.
They all suit up.
on the bench the whole time.
Everybody suit up.
So it's a weird, literally everybody suits up unless you injured, and then at
Yeah,
that point you
yeah.
obviously did not play. I
Some
don't
niggas
know.
might not get out of warm-ups, but they
And
suited up.
Niggas,
underneath that.
Stephen A. Smith old as shit. I don't know what kind of records they was keeping back when he was playing
That's a whole
basketball.
fact.
Nigga.
They
They
don't
probably
really-
wasn't even counting assists yet, nigga. That wasn't a stat.
Chill out.
Literally, no
Well,
three-point
the
line.
three-point line was definitely closer, so.
Literally, if it was existing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit, he
Niggas
is
are still wearing Converse.
How old is Stephen A. Smith? 60-something?
Nah, I don't give. Don't do my man's like
Nah,
that.
probably like a cool for 52.
I'm going low 60s.
52
I'm going
sounds too young.
53.
I'm gonna say 57.
No, 57.
I'm gonna say 57. Yeah.
I'm going low 60s.
56. I was right there.
Damn.
It was right
So
there.
close. So
One year
close.
off.
Yeah.
Skip Bayless, 72. God damn.
That's why.
Prehistoric ass nigga.
That's why I thought he was
Hey.
older because I don't know. That's why I just thought low 60s because it's
Jesus.
like I didn't know how long he was with Skip, and I knew Skip was old.
Skip Bayless old as a bitch.
Yeah,
Good
yeah.
God.
Damn, y'all making me feel about my pops. My pops older than Skip.
Your
What
pops
did,
is older than Skip Bayless?
Yeah.
He's up there.
Grandfather.
He's up there, man.
Yeah, my pops is up there.
Yeah,
How old was he when he had you?
42.
Shout out Pops.
Yeah.
He's defying odds, nigga.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Nuh-uh, nigga.
That's that
Al
Jamaican-
Capone,
that's that
nigga, Al
Jamaican
Capone is
fertility.
Al Capone like 80 just had one. He got a newborn, nigga.
Yeah.
Al Capone. I think Al Pacino.
Al Pacino.
Al Pacino. Al Capone.
Yo, I knew who you was talking about. I was like,
Right.
the Al Capone?
Yeah, my bad. Al Pacino. Yeah, he literally just had the
Yeah,
baby
80-something,
like at 82
Yeah.
probably because it was just last year.
It was at 83.
But the thing, that's not impressive with dudes, right? Like, as long as you can come, you can get a girl pregnant.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, it's more
80
impressive if an
83 is
83-year-old
impressive.
woman had a baby.
It's impossible.
83
That's
is
why it's
impressive
more
for a man.
impressive.
83 is
It's impressive for a man, bro.
Yeah, for
83 is
sure.
impressive for a man,
I
bro.
don't know, like a few blue pills and, you know.
Yeah, but you still
some
should be
warm
able to
pussy.
shoot out properly to where it can like generate something like.
It can't just be
83s.
like as easy as being like taking a blue pill.
Yeah, it can't be easy as just getting
can't.
hard at 83, bro.
I
That's
don't know. If you can nut, you can nut.
But it's first of all, taking a blue pill, you might kill yourself.
Just, I'm saying,
Depends on
83.
your
Yeah, your heart
healthy
might
habit.
not be able to.
83,
Depends on your
bro.
habits. It depends on your habits.
Especially the side effect.
But you got to think, Viagra is an older man's drug until Blue Chew came out.
I think even as an old man, you have to stop at some point. though.
Yeah.
Bro,
Stop
you
at some
have
point,
to.
but
Like
it's
if you have
for
a
it's
bad
for
heart.
niggas that are up there.
Bro,
Oh, for sure,
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
83 is at some point, nigga.
83 is
That's
up there,
at
yeah,
some
for
point.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Skip should be popping them shits, but you know,
I feel you. I feel you.
That nigga.
maybe Shannon should 50.
No, that's still young. Especially when you're in shape. Shannon is.
Oh
that
yeah,
nigga's-
Shannon on
nigga's
steroids.
moving like a 40-year-old. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like,
55.
He should have 14-year-old morning wood every time he wake up.
He the same age as Stephen A. Really? He's 55.
Yeah.
Stephen
Yeah,
A.
they're
56.
yeah.
They right there.
556.
It's kind of crazy to think about.
Probably why they vibe so much on that show.
Yeah.
You know, two country black niggas. It don't take much.
Yeah, it don't take much.
That,
nigga.
their shit is actually prime time television. Them together.
Yeah,
It's
nah,
fucking good.
It's good. Do you like Shannon and Stephen A. together better than
Yes.
Skip Bayless?
Yes.
I think they're both good in their own right.
In prime Stephen A. and Skip, there was a time.
There was a time.
There was a time where that shit was good.
It was real good, but
really
I think
good.
at its highest, I would take. I don't know if I would take Shannon and Skip over Skip and Steven.
Bro, the highlights of Shannon Sharp and Stephen A. Smith, hilarious.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
It depends on what you're going for. I think they're both good in like their own regard.
I'm gonna play some of this shit after the show so y'all niggas can see what I'm talking about.
I gotta go work tomorrow.
Lauren said he got some receipts.
I ain't gonna stick around. Oh shit! You can send it to me though.
You had to
please.
airdrop them bitches.
Yeah.
All right. Y'all want to do this Joe Budden podcast? They were kind of getting on Ish for not. Flip was getting on Ish for not engaging, pretty much engaging with Adam 22.
Flip just trying to get the heat off him.
You think so?
Yeah.
They got a lot going on with
It's one
Flip
of them
over
situations.
Because him and Joe and Flip just had a strong conversation. They said too, right?
They did.
Yeah.
So what was that
Strong
about?
conversation. That's
Had a real strong.
That's a
conversation.
hilarious way of wording it.
Pull this up first. This Reddit clip of Flip not going in on Ish, but you know, going in, whatever, having a conversation, whatever they do.
Affirm.
But long story short,
About-
like it just kind of raised the question of like, how do you judge who to respond to, kind of? that was kind of what
in podcasting.
In podcasting, yeah.
I kind of agree.
We all
with
got our
what-
different approaches.
I kind of agree with what Ish said though.
Yeah.
But I'll run this. Oh shit. Is it muted? No, it's not. I got it right here.
It's on the screen.
Not really understanding because most of y'all are pussy.
Who y'all?
Y'all.
I don't know y'all.
Adam been shooting at you for months. You take the high road.
Facts.
Is taking the high road being a pussy though?
No. Yeah, sometimes.
In fact,
Okay, so wait. So how, okay, wait, because I'm triggered right now.
It's not pussy.
So how?
It's pussy for y'all because y'all niggas do anything for content.
You think I'm a pussy?
There you go. Got you. Here
You think
go.
I'm a pussy?
It's not the truth.
Yeah, y'all pussy.
You just got drowned.
You let a man shoot at you.
I'm gonna revisit that.
Hold on,
shit.
let me finish. You let a man shoot at you. You on a big broadcast with a voice that people want to hear from you. You letting this Caucasian, no disrespect to my Caucasian brothers, man, keep playing around with you. He's going around with different people, throwing your name and stuff, and you have nothing to say. You have nothing to say. So sometimes we look forward to hear what Ish has to say. You could do it classy. You could do it in Ish style, but we want to hear you say something. But classy isn't. No, you're ignoring. This is what I. Well,
Yo,
let me
don't
speak.
mansplain for Ish.
Let me speak for me. Let me
Don't
speak.
mansplain.
Let me speak
Let
for
your
me.
Newark brothers talk.
Let me speak for me.
We don't care if you flare your nostrils,
Hold
nigga.
up, nigga.
We getting at you, nigga.
I'm waiting for him to finish. I don't want to cut him. I'm gonna speak for me, and I appreciate that. I'm learning. You're leading by example. Great leader. I want to hear what you have to say when it comes to that. When somebody's playing with you and keep playing and keep poking. I want to hear from my brother, and I stand with you. Go. First of all, you don't give me permission to go. Secondly, I'm the person that don't pick and choose. So if I'm a pick That's and a shot again? I would love to speak. True. I'm the person that don't pick and choose. So if one dude take a shot at me and I respond, I'm not gonna go mute when another nigga take a shot at me. So I see us pick and choose who we choose to respond to, and I think that's pussy. So if one nigga that we know get busy shoot at me and I don't say nothing, I'm not gonna go over here and fuck with the mice that's shooting at me and go ape shit on a mouse. So it's niggas up here that have taken shots at you and you cowered a little bit, but other niggas took shots at you and you jumped up here on your green flip, take my shirt off, rah shit.
Yeah.
I don't do that.
Some
so if
niggas,
I'm not gonna
put their socks on.
Let me finish.
You
see, the problem is, I'm gonna fry you up.
When you
Don't
got
interrupt
dressed,
me.
you put on no socks. That's what he's trying to say.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what he's saying.
So what I'm saying is, if I'm gonna address one person, I'm gonna address them all. If I'm not gonna address any, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just do that. Got it. You done? Here's the problem. You picking and choosing now. You see, everybody, your friend that for years also protects relationships, nigga. If you're not going to tell him that, don't tell me that. I came in here with relationships.
I think he was shooting at me too.
Stop. Hold on. I was shooting at Joe.
He was shooting at me.
Let me finish. Let me finish, sir. Karen, let me.
So yeah.
I lost I don't know what I lost watching that, but I lost something.
Retention, nigga.
But overall, I don't know what's going on. I saw a video about Danny Shout to stop, you know what I'm saying? But he was
Puerto Rican brother.
He made a video about Flip and Joe have contract arguments, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that whole thing. I don't know what's going on with it. I think Flip sees the value in himself, and Joe's playing with that. You get what I mean? So it's like, of course, Flip is automatically going to feel played and disrespected and want to have a conversation in the hallway. And that's how things end up, you know.
And you think that's transferring over to him? So
Yeah, what's that got to do with this?
Yeah, I was about to say. I was like, you think that some of that hateful energy is just like it's spilling over into Ish or Ice? I forgot who the fuck we talking about. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, as far as Ish responding, I mean, who the fuck cares?
Yeah,
Y'all care about when Ish? Y'all
think-
care when Ish?
I think the bigger conversation is: do you think you should? Do you think you pick and choose? Should you pick and choose or respond to everybody, or not respond at all?
Yeah, pick and choose.
You should definitely pick and choose, nigga.
But that's pussy though. That's
It depends on how you picking and choosing. If you pick a person to pick on because they're weaker than you, that's pussy. But if you pick and choose like actual logic, there's certain battles that you're just gonna waste your time getting into because like nigga, he has no merit.
Yeah.
He's just purely hating. I might not respond to that shit because it's nothing there.
But by way of
trying to respond.
by way of not saying anything to the person who's above, then aren't you then picking on someone who's below? Then
By
you're
way
responding?
of not saying
so,
something.
Yeah. So if I'm not calling it pick and choose because I'm not going at the mice, but the person I'm going at becomes the mice or the mouse when I decide to avoid the person up top. You see what I'm saying?
Can we give names in context of Ish?
Because they're mainly talking about Adam 22. So
yeah, Adam 22's been going at Ish, but they're also talking about Cameron because Ish Flip didn't go in on Cameron when Cameron was going in on Flip, because when Cameron was going in on Mel.
Yeah,
so
right,
Cam was going in on Mel, but Flip always goes in on people and shit like that. And then Cam also said some shit about Flip, and Flip responded, but it was real light. It wasn't nothing crazy. And then apparently, I think Flip was wearing his socks. That's why he was like, "You wearing this nigga socks and shit like that or whatever."
Yeah.
So, it's hard to talk shit when you wearing a man's socks.
He was saying that you shoot at everybody, but you not shooting at Cam the same way you shoot at everybody. So I think that's pussy in comparison to me not saying anything at all to anybody.
That's what I'm saying. It's all about the why. You can pick and choose, but if you picking and choosing based off who's stronger and weaker than you, that's pussy.
Yeah.
If you picking and choosing worthy battles, that sounds like a strategic person.
That sounds good.
Because nobody you're a child if you shoot
much
at
what Joe
everything.
does.
You're a child if you shoot at
Shooting
everything.
at everybody, it's like, you
Act
need to
shoots at
grow up.
everything. Well,
Yeah.
Act pretty much shoots at everything.
Except us.
Not everything.
Not everything, but like
Yeah.
he whores himself out for like nothing. You know, as far as like his conversation.
It does seem like a low entry.
And it's,
It does seem like a low entry, like barrier to entry.
And it's just
like you got to lose some inches of height to get in some of these battles, and at that point, it's like, nigga, you're no longer standing tall.
The only problem with Ish's argument is that his stance doesn't do well in podcasting. You're on a platform where you speak, so you're supposed to address things or say something at some point.
Yeah,
especially
that's
if you
the only drawback from what he said. You know what I'm saying? If he's just talking about some real nigga shit or whatever, then he got a point. But if you're talking about podcasting and having a verbal, discussion or saying your take on something, then it becomes now you're not allowing us to further the convo or even have some fun with this or whatever.
I can't. It depends because it's like it all depends on like how much you care about it. Like if Adam says something to him and he genuinely doesn't feel any inclination to say anything, then why say anything? You get what I'm saying? Like if that's the case, because that's what I'm kind of getting from like his just whole mood about it. It's like he doesn't really care about it. As far as like Flip not saying nothing to Cam, it's really not even his problem. That's between him and Mel. So it's like, what is he supposed to say as
Cam
far as
said
like?
some shit about Flip. They had some shit where Cam was going in on Flip.
But and Flip went back a little bit too, right?
He didn't really go back though. He just talked about it. Was like he wrote a poetry. People say he wrote a poem. He was like, "It's not me, it's you." Like he kept saying shit. See, I went and did this. He told the backstory, and then at the end of the backstory, he'd be like, "It's not me, it's you." Like he was doing like a piece of content about it, like a spoken word about it. But he ain't really, you know what I'm saying? It was just like,
but it's like
he was kind of avoiding
responded. I mean,
he
responded
by making it funny.
Yeah.
It's a response by default. You get what I mean?
But it ain't what his response is normally. But I guess that comes by way of respect for who you're talking to. So, I mean, it's sides to it all.
It all depends. I mean, sometimes not responding is just as loud as like what you would have done responding.
Yeah,
honestly, you know what? For next week, do y'all remember the Adam 22 appearance at No Jumper? I mean, not No Jumper.
Yeah.
I'm about to say, he up there every day, right?
You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Adam 22 and JBP.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
Do y'all remember who won that debate? Did Adam win?
The most recent one?
That's what Adam
Are you
thought.
talking about the one that was on Amped or?
Oh, that one a long time ago?
Not the one on years ago when they were in like Park's basement.
Yeah. People said Adam was trying to stand on, but I don't remember.
Adam always says he wins.
Adam always says he wins. Yeah,
but for sure.
I feel like they got him. I feel like they might have.
None of us remember. I think we need to watch that and do a history lesson because that's really where the beef starts.
But just based on my memory, I'm thinking Joe.
I don't remember, honestly.
I'm thinking
I remember being annoyed because I felt like the argument was going in circles.
It was for a minute.
So I don't remember anybody that won because I just felt like niggas was just saying shit.
But it's usually Joe that's spinning the pendulum on the circulation of the argument. So,
but on that one, Ish was like really front line in that argument.
Yeah,
they were both doing it, but like Ish was pretty active in that debate as well.
I remember feeling like Adam had like points he was standing on that felt good until they kept circulating the argument, and then they got to a point where it was like, nah, they got him.
It's like you say a word so many times, the word sounds weird now.
Yeah,
like
you said, we got to go back and listen to it, but that's my recollection of it, of my feeling.
Yeah, we got to go back, but I don't know.
I could be wrong. I said I could be wrong. We got to go back, like you said.
Yeah, I think I might go back and watch that shit.
You got to respond though. It's like, especially with the stripe that's on him as a broadcaster in general, it's like you don't really have too many opinions on shit.
They don't give a fuck. They're in the best position. They're on the Joe Budden podcast. Like, the numbers are going to be there. The crew is going to be there. Like, You don't have to. They don't have to engage with anybody.
They don't.
Joe doesn't have to, but I mean, Joe will. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But like, they really don't have to do any of that shit.
Yeah. Whoever their characters become is part of the lore in general. They good.
Pretty much, yeah.
They're the writers of their own destinies.
Yeah. Like in their mind, they're satisfied with just satisfying the
immediate fan group.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I've never once like been like I've never stayed up late at night prepared to hear what Ish is gonna say in response to somebody else saying.
That's true, but I'm
like,
also
that's
not
never been
like,
I've never done that with nobody actually though.
I have, nigga. For sure.
Now you probably have. You just don't.
Just can't think about it.
I was just waiting up at night. Like maybe I was trying to see
I'm
what
not waiting up
Kanye
at
was
night,
gonna do.
but yeah, it's like sarcasm. But I'm waiting, nigga. I was waiting for Akademiks to get back. So depending on what happens in the world, I'm waiting to hear what Star
How are they
gonna
respond to Cat Williams? Like,
I'm waiting for Star.
You know,
like Charlamagne back in the day, not anymore. But like, there's people I'm waiting for.
Yeah.
I didn't think I would be checking Akademiks page every day like that. And then when
refreshing this nigga feed.
I'm like, this nigga needs I need to see that live, nigga. Nigga, a lot of things are falling apart right now while you in Cancun or whatever the fuck you
and was the wait well worth it?
It was. I thought it was great. I was satisfied, nigga. I was like, fuck these niggas in the chat too. Fuck it.
Rocket launchers, grenades, claymores.
That nigga
blew
just
himself
saw
up.
fireworks and
I loved it, man.
Smell gasoline.
That's funny.
All right, so let's get into these office hours. Then we out of here.
I've been holding my piss since the halfway mark of this episode.
And didn't you pee before you started?
I had a lot of liquids.
I say,
oh my God,
control your bladder, nigga.
But obviously I'm doing a pretty good job of it.
This is funny. Bobby Altoff responds.
Worry about your bladder, Pauls.
What? Bobby Altoff responds to
thank you
criticism about her podcasting. You think she watched your Budden episode?
Maybe.
Bobby Altoff.
I ain't gonna lie though, like I kind of sympathize with her now.
People didn't get that it was a bit.
Nah, man. Shout out to Bobby. I hope she quote unquote makes a comeback. I don't think she's going anywhere, but like I've been seeing posts recently where it's like, you know, everybody's kind of just making fun of her, saying like, "Oh, Offset killed her," you know, woody woo woo.
He did.
I don't even believe
But
that shit.
her livelihood isn't at stake. Like this is probably just a really professional hobby for her. And once she gets bored of this, she's probably gonna go back to knitting or doing some shit at the house. Cause isn't she a trophy wife? Doesn't she have a rich ass husband
She
somewhere?
does.
Yeah, that
She's
nigga
fine.
work at Warner Music.
Nigga, this shit is a side mission, but hashtag office hours. Why don't you guys feature 85 South in your discussions? I really like what they got going on, and they've really expanded their content / offering over the last year. I started out just tuning in for the main pod, but now I keep up with a few shows on the channel. And unlike a lot of the shows y'all cover, it ain't just gossiping what happened this week. Why not y'all niggas like 85 South show? What's up with that?
I do like the 85 South show, but majority of the content that they're putting out now is on their app, which I don't mind buying, but it's behind their paywall.
It's a barrier to entry.
It is a barrier to entry. The only show that they're really like promoting on their YouTube are the new shows, and then they treat their app, which is how they should, their app they own like Patreon. Like Joe let it sit on Patreon for 3 to 6 months or whatever, however long he does it before it goes public.
Yeah.
So a lot of the time when you do get those, get that content, you're behind on it
by a lot.
Or
and at that point,
you're watching the new launch of something. So,
and that's gonna fuck with your motivation to consume.
I love 85 South as well too. I think everything.
I think we all fuck with them.
Yeah,
everybody
didn't they win the
watches them.
superlative when they mentioned for something?
They won one of the best ones. Best podcast network.
Yeah, network. We put them up there with funniest podcast. Yeah.
But I mean,
we show 85 South a lot of love. Every time we do mention them, it's in a positive light too. We haven't had too much like criticism to say.
We went to a show and bought hoodies.
Yeah, and then there was that. Well, there was that one time when they did that. They did that special. We talked about that special they did on Netflix.
That was a little weak though.
It was like mixed reviews.
Yeah, it was a little weak
on that. The opportunity was lit, but it was like
it was like,
mixed. So we do talk about them, but it's just
bro, we're not. Come on, man. 85 South show every week. Like it was.
Yeah, and on top of that
Let's
too,
be
like,
bad for your cholesterol.
You also got to remember. Let me not say that.
It was about to be racist or sexist.
No, it was just going to be kind of just like a peek on the inside of just like the 6 o'clock news. Like they need like there should be some mystery. There should be something bad happening sometimes. You know, that's what people like to tune into subconsciously. Like if 85 South is just always making good entertainment content that's drama free. Like we can't just sit on here and recap how funny the episode was every week. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
not every week.
Not every week, but once in a while. Like if they have like Duval on, like I get what he's saying,
like that,
but
but we're not on the app to be on it the way we should be on it.
Yeah, I don't have the app, nigga.
Shit, you could be our 85 South Soul correspondent, nigga. Send us clips and news articles, nigga.
Gonna make
It's
them do homework.
You be our expert, yeah.
I was about to say, nigga, I don't have their Patreon. I don't even have our Patreon.
Because it sounds
you should
like
have our Patreon.
he has the app downloaded, so
probably.
If it's something worthy of mentioning, I don't know where should they get it. This after
But
that.
they do pretty good job. From everything I've ever watched from them, they do podcast fairly well.
Bro, yeah.
Didn't they have a show? Was that 85 South show that was making some type of sitcom about the hood?
Oh my God, that was T.I.'s.
That was T.I.'s.
They were in it though.
Yeah,
but I
okay,
think
that's
it
what
was
happened.
T.I. though.
Yeah.
That shit.
Departments. Departments. Shit. That's what y'all was talking about.
Nigga, that shit was crazy.
Insane, nigga.
Well, I should say Carlos Miller's really good.
I don't think it dropped.
That was a mess, bro.
Did it drop? I don't think it's happening no more.
I don't know. It feels like a trailer and no product.
Yeah, like a pilot trailer.
I have no idea where that's. I don't know where that's.
Let's see if the streets want it.
I had never been more confused, and the trailer was so long. This is not an 85 South product.
everywhere.
It was just crazy.
There was so many people that you were like, oh, there's a lot of people we know in this Mitch, but
yeah.
No.
God, it was weird.
It ain't in Mountain nothing, but shout out 85 South Central. I mean, I don't know why I said South Central. It's probably because at the end of this episode.
Nah, South Central, it just rolls off the tongue.
Yeah, it just goes together. Yeah, something along the lines. Damn, this is wordy.
Congratulations for you guys' appearance on the JBP. As a day one fan, it's great to see the deserved growth. What's your opinion on paywalling content versus having it out for free? Shit, that's easy. Example, Dr. Umar's episode on JBP would have been bigger / more impactful if it wasn't on Patreon. In comparison, how big Cat Williams' interview is without a paywall. It all depends, like it depends on the company. Like this is a real business conversation, not really a consumer conversation. Like
Not
shit
really
in terms of the network, like.
But it affects the consumers as well, though, because there's a lot of people who are avid free consumers of their favorite podcast, and they haven't made that jump to the Patreon.
But at the same time, like, I'm pretty sure the Dr. Umar episode is going to be out free maybe next month, and if not, maybe the month after that. But if not, like, it's still...
You have to have stuff like that done. He gave one to people on a lower tier, then he had the whole one for the people who actually subscribes to the subscription.
Yeah. Okay, so one was like worth $5. Okay, so
part two
one was on $5 and part two was
somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? It was on the higher tier.
I think there's a fine line between like scamming your fucking supporters and like, just creating good content on Patreon that should be worth, paying for.
But if you want a paid subscription, you can't just say exclusive content and give me pre-shows and give me just just nefarious bullshit. Like exclusive content means this is strictly for Patreon.
Yeah.
Like how we about to do with our Patreon where it's like, nigga, you about to see us in every athletic competition possible.
Yeah.
Like shit like that. You do need special things for the people that's paying for you, but at the same time, it's like, nigga, the mass, you owe something to the masses as well. You got to give quality content.
And at the same time, like Patreon, you can do whatever the fuck you want. Like you can say whatever you want. You could be a little bit more freer. It's a lot more like mental clarity that goes with like Patreon and just like the fact that, it is worth the money because
I think it also depends on where you are at the time, because I think Joe Budden has amassed enough of a subscription-based following to where he can stick to that model. But there's a lot of value in even having like the big shows or big episodes that you're going to drop and giving that to the fan base and allowing more people to come into your fold.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think that's when it becomes like...
And Joe's weird. I don't, not to cut you off,
No, you
my
good,
bad.
you good.
But like Joe does play that line like very well
He
to
does.
where it's like,
He does.
God damn, like you just withholding content. Like this like it's a free YouTube, but it's not shit to watch. You feel me? It's just a bunch of either old shit or
Right.
literal throwaways.
Or he's just giving he's also giving the shows that are public. So he does give his public shows. So he does both. But the big shows, he'll try to, every now and then, the public
try to
might get
push.
one big one, but then the rest of the big ones he'll put to the subscription.
Which is what I like. As a business, great. But you know,
I think it's two different ways of looking at it. So, depending on paywalling versus having it out for free, I think you have to mainly look at what the business structure is.
Yeah.
So, impact, I don't think is that big of a deal at all. And the reason is I don't think it's a big of a deal is because even though that Umar episode is still behind a paywall, we're not going to act like it didn't have an impact still.
Mm-hmm.
And it did go viral several times over.
It did.
And so that's number one. Obviously, it wasn't the Shannon Sharp thing where it was just like
52 million.
52 million or whatever. And they probably would have clocked a smooth 10, maybe, possibly. But it's when you have a moment still, when he offers it for free, it's going to be another moment again.
Mm-hmm.
So you're also doubling it up. And then he split a 5-hour episode into 2. So now you're creating 4 times for it to go viral.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
The first, when you drop part 1 on Patreon, drop part 2 on Patreon, then drop part 1 for free.
Mm-hmm.
Then, so that's 4 separate times for that content to go viral. And Umar is not Umar is evergreen content, especially 5 hours, especially 5 hours of Umar. Obviously, there's going to be like moments in there where he's talking about some shit in the current news cycle or whatever. But majority of it, like his ideology, his philosophy, that shit's gonna last forever.
He's
Like,
strong enough on his convictions to just
to
go.
where it's like it doesn't matter what year it is. In 2075, those clips are going viral every so often still. So it's like that's the biggest thing is like looking at the company. And then you also gotta, when you're looking at the companies, Joe Budden is 100% independent and Shannon Sharp is underneath the Volume Network. So it's like he's not 100% independent. So when you so when he's not 100% independent. So when you have a company that's also helping fund you, you can, it doesn't matter as much. I'm not pressed on the views as much because I am getting some sort of solid paycheck. I'll probably get some sort of like profit split maybe down the line or some sort of something like that.
He owns his show, so he's getting a split somewhere.
He owns his show, but that show is underneath another
something.
company.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, so he's still getting a split somewhere though.
It's probably in his favor, but still is.
He's getting an upfront something.
Correct.
Regardless. So then I can be more lenient with the content and just give it out. But when you're sure you can make money off of AdSense and things of that nature, but you also, there's like a certain level of like, when you're independent, you can't just give everything away for free.
You can't.
And there's also a certain level of like, you have to like kind of
it's a fine
influence your or not you have to mold your fan base.
You gotta take care of them. You gotta take care of them.
You gotta teach him. Like if you look at Channel 5 News, I think he does it wonderfully to where it's like I've never looked at his Patreon, but there's obviously so much more because at the end of his videos, it's like all the shit that was blurred out is on our Patreon.
Yeah.
So it's a fine line that you can play to where the content is just phenomenal on all areas. But
not for nothing as well. It's like what he was saying from the business side. I have to cultivate my fan base and make sure that I take care of them because I'm independent and I have a large staff. I'm paying a lot of people. I got to make sure that these niggas that's paying me all this bread right now is going to continue to do that, and we're going to bring some more in the fold. And so if you want to see this exclusive shit, come over here, see what we're doing over here, and then be a part of what we're using to fund this whole thing. I can't just rely on these views if it's going to pop or not and have it be that one time. And I need this recurring, my nigga.
Exactly. And it's just about making it worth it. It's all about what's worth it. Like the cost it's only perceived to what the value is, like whatever value you're getting from it. But I mean, they're both good.
That's to the consumer.
To the consumer.
To the person putting the money out, the cost is the cost, and I need to break even and go
and
fast. I need to get my money back as soon as possible.
And you even gotta be careful. You gotta be careful with that too, because there's a couple Patreons that kind of look like Ruby Rose's OnlyFans, where it's the same pictures that's on Instagram for free, and you just paying for that shit. There.
Yeah. That's what I
she
mean.
Ain't showing no nipple.
So it's like it's a fine line to where it's like you don't want to just be like not scamming your supporters, but
everybody
it's
needs
necessary.
to be satisfied.
If you're independent, you have to have some type of like Patreon, you know.
Real quick,
shout out Case Love Moses. Yeah.
You said what?
I was just gonna say shout out Case Love Moses because we never shot his name out. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, he's a reoccurring viewer.
Like he's day one for
Shout
sure.
out to Case Love Moses. Oh, he even said day one in the comments.
He said day one, but no, on some real shit, Case Love, I ain't never looked at your picture before. That shit crazy, my nigga.
Yeah, nah.
It look like you hiding from somebody. Like,
yeah, he's got.
I can't tell if
that's
that's not your real
That's
hair.
a
Like,
meme. It looks like multiple different images combined. Like the black nigga, the hair, the shades, the purple
it's
shirt.
so much going. It's like
where is he?
I don't know what that is. What
He's in an unfurnished.
Nigga, I need your Insta. You need to follow us. Send me a DM on Instagram. I want to see what your page.
We need to know
nigga.
more about you, nigga.
Yeah, because I don't know if that's you or not, but it looks like you hired from somebody.
That can't be him. Oh, another thing. Our Patreon is $5. Please go check it out.
Yeah. Hello, we got here. All of them are pretty long.
This is the last long one.
Okay, get into all the Menace material now. Still trying to figure out what the hell LOI stands for. # office hours. Is the white man behind the board really white? Because he says nigga a lot.
Nigga.
Does he get a pass for being Jamaican too? LOL. And what movie would y'all want to see remade? Most people don't like remakes, but what movie do y'all think it would work for? Example, the Breakfast Club movie has never been remade to my knowledge. And I'd like to see how it'd be done today. That is a classic that I'm surprised they haven't re-rocked yet.
And it could be good for like the updated era.
For sure. Yeah, that one actually really be fire because that's a cult classic.
Y'all think so?
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think it would be good, dog. I think they would fuck that shit up like Ghostbusters.
Well, that's them fucking it up. But the premise of remaking it itself isn't a bad idea. Some movies shouldn't have been remade.
Honestly, bro, so many movies have been remade that I don't even know what's left to remake.
What about Little Rascals?
I don't think they can remake. They can't fix that yet.
What about Sandlot?
It's too good.
Stand By Me.
That one's too good too. Those are too early.
Greats.
Those are too early. A lot of those 90 movies were so good that they don't need to be remade yet because they're still like
they're still fresh.
Like showed me and my nephew have watched like Little Rascals. And he didn't think it looked weird.
Like,
you know what I'm saying?
I feel that.
So it's
gotta be something older.
And a lot of times I don't even really believe in remakes. Like, have y'all seen the new Independence Day?
Nah, I didn't even know they had that.
Yeah, there's a new one. It's Independence Day too.
Is he still black?
Who knows, nigga? But that's the thing with remakes. It kind of shit don't really work a lot.
Not
of
gonna lie,
times.
The Breakfast Club is probably a really good one.
Yeah, that's probably the next best one.
That's a really good one because
they just remade The Exorcist. I haven't seen it though. I don't know if it's good or not.
Have they remade Grease?
No,
they should keep that shit wherever.
I don't think you should remake cult classics. I don't think it ever works. What is Goonies 2 gonna look like? Like, why would you remake Goonies?
Coneheads, nigga.
Coneheads, that would be stupid. I'll watch it, but like, you know what I mean?
I was just talking about that movie the other day.
Coneheads is funny. I fuck with Coneheads.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't think of any movies off the top of my head. But I'm not mad at the Breakfast Club, honestly.
The Breakfast Club would be good.
What does LOI stand
Shawshank
for?
Redemption. You're never gonna know what LOI stands for.
You got to update this too. You know it's pinned in your on your Twitter.
What is?
Pulp Fiction.
Oh yeah, but see, that's another thing. If they really want to know, follow us on Twitter.
Yeah,
it stands for a bunch of different things. Yeah, and as far it's real confusing.
Would you watch a Pulp Fiction remake? Same kind of thing?
I'm not.
Nobody could do what Samuel L. Jackson did.
Yeah, I'm not.
That would just be weird.
And I'm not a super fan of the first one. Pulp Fiction is not my favorite Tarantino
It's a good movie, man. I like that.
I know it's good, but it's not my favorite Tarantino at all. I normally skip it.
Would y'all do The Godfather? Well,
I haven't seen The Godfather
The remake
yet.
of the first one.
That's
Scarface. Scarface might
I
be a
would
good one
watch it
because
if
it
they
wasn't that
make it
good.
shorter. Wait, you said Scarface wasn't that good?
It might be a good one because it wasn't that good, right? That's what most people say.
No,
who said Scarface wasn't good?
Pretty
People
good.
love Scarface. I don't like it.
People love it, but people I talk to, they say it's really they think it's overhyped.
It's just long, but it's
long.
The thing that fucked me up with Scarface is that like my mom wouldn't let me watch it when I was younger. But everybody loved Scarface. Niggas had Scarface posters, Air Force Ones, like
Wallpapers.
T-shirts, wallpapers. Like it was so much lore around it growing up. That when I did finally watch it, I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me? This nigga just dies like this at the end of the movie. This is dumb as fuck." Like,
well,
I was disappointed by the time.
Cautionary tale.
Yeah, I was disappointed by the time I actually saw it.
Well, then what's the perfect like date range for a remake to work? Because sometimes it feels like if it's too old, it's like leave it alone.
It
If
has
it's
to
too
be-
new, it's like what's the age range where a remake could work?
It's not about. It depends on the movie itself.
Does it?
So like. A movie like The Breakfast Club, the reason that works because it's just one of those like, it's a classic. It kind of goes like with every time.
The story
because
is timeless.
The story is just about
The story's
teenage.
timeless.
What's it called? Emotions and like life.
Teenage dysfunction.
Dysfunction.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna be real. You know what else I just thought about? I just thought about Small Soldiers. How gangster that movie was.
That
but,
should be fire if they could do that again.
but that's a remake. I feel you on that one.
But I don't think I would want them to remake it because that movie was so offensive. Like there's jokes that would not fly today.
Well, you know, they would just remake it to be like.
Yeah, but that's what made it good though. It's like
Uh-huh.
that shit was gutter as fuck back in the day. Like They would soften it up if they redid it. They would soften it.
What's that one movie when they made that bitch? It was the two white dudes. They was just in their room.
They made a girl.
Fuck.
They made a bitch.
They made a model bitch.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Damn.
I know exactly.
And
what
like
you're
she
talking
was
about,
like
bro.
popular. She threw like the best parties.
Yeah. And didn't one of them try to fuck her?
Of course. They made her. Damn, that was a good. Somebody please comment that
That's a
movie.
good movie.
It was two white dudes. They made some robotic
Weird
model
Science.
Bitch. Weird science, nigga.
Yeah.
I would
Weird
watch
Science.
Weird Science too.
We should do it.
Oh, you know what? It'd be Disney movies for me that I'd want to see a remake of, maybe.
Animated ones?
That's cheating, man.
I'd want
I
to
don't
see
even
the.
care.
I grew up watching Brink. That was one of my favorites. I'd want to watch that again.
Brink would be fire. Actually.
Yeah, I would want to watch
I'm
that
not mad
again.
at that. I fucked with Brink pretty heavy.
Yeah.
You never seen that?
That's my shit.
Nah.
No,
Brink.
That movie right there separates our ages.
Yeah, but it might separate our races. I was about to say,
Brink. I've seen this once. It's one of those like.
Oh yeah, Lauren is definitely white. That was another question in
That
here
was a
that we
wonderful
didn't
movie.
address.
That shit was fire.
Fire. I love that shit.
What was it about?
That was like
they were pushing skateboarding. They were pushing extreme sports on us
Yeah.
back in the day.
Yeah, it was-
our generation.
Yeah.
Extreme sports. We had Rocket Power. We
Yep.
had Brink. We had Johnny Tsunami.
Yep.
It was like, nigga, we did everything.
Anything
Our
did all the-
skateboarders-
yeah, I did everything, bro.
BMX and
What's the
all
golden
of them.
retriever one? That was still around the same time, right?
Airbud. They
yeah.
burnt that bitch out for
They
us
did.
though.
Yeah.
Like,
they pimped Airbud out. We were still
They
watching
did.
Airbud movies, nigga.
that's what I'm saying. There's like 20 Airbud movies. This shit
Yeah.
is disgusting.
It's kind of insane.
And some movies like that, they sneak through. Brink wasn't one of them. I've literally seen this shit once. Like,
Yeah.
once, twice, but
I fucked with Brink. Yeah, that picture is crazy.
Yeah, nah. Shout out to Moses. Hashtag office hours. Now that y'all been on JBP, y'all can quit hating so much. Actually, fine, sir. We have a license to hate now because we know this nigga.
Yeah, and he enjoys when we kick his back in. So
yeah.
it's you don't water down the show just because you know a nigga.
Yeah, nah, you guys wouldn't tune into us if we were those type of characters.
Yeah, imagine if I wasn't taking just dirty buckets on Charlamagne. What the fuck? Why
I
would
don't
y'all
even know who he would be.
Yeah, like what are we talking about right now?
Yeah.
I mean, like,
Shit would make me
Disgusting
uncomfortable,
buckets.
gotta
nigga.
keep the same energy at all times. Goddammit.
That was a pretty easy one.
you quit hating so much.
Is that the last one? Oh,
Nah,
okay.
this is the last one right here.
Cletus.
Shout out Cletus. Did his
Is it
name get
different
updated?
Cletus?
Wait, no, did he change his fucking
His name
photo?
got updated, and he been changed his
Cletus has
profile picture.
he has a few different profiles, it seems.
But Cletus
Okay.
talking about, do you think Akademiks run is coming to an end? And did y'all ever watch Ak Fatta's son Dom is live? Did I read that right?
Yeah, you did.
And shout out Jay Nobles for some reason.
Hey, what's
Dom
up,
is-
Cletus, man?
That's because he be shouting them out all the time.
Yeah, he be shouting them all the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, man.
Dom
Cletus
is
the guy,
live
man.
is somebody I don't know who it is. I don't think I've ever seen Dom is live.
Nah,
that name
you've
sounds
seen
mad
Dom is live.
the
Dom is
name
live.
is super familiar though.
I remember when a couple years ago.
so we can see him.
Yeah, for sure. My fault.
I remember a couple years ago. I think the Chirac, the war in Chirac was dying down, and Dom is live. He kind of took that reign of like, that type of content, but he kind of slowed down a little bit. I don't think
He doesn't show his face.
that's another big thing. He doesn't show his face,
Oh,
which is
Go to
Dom
his,
is hiding.
Go to his page so we can see what kind of videos he makes.
which is another big reason why you probably don't know the nigga. But y'all seen his videos for sure.
Nigga, yeah.
Oh, 9 months ago. God damn, he's gone.
And he was
That was
really
his most recent right there,
he
9
was
months?
really-
That's what it said. Yeah, the very first video was
Shit.
9 months ago.
and that's what I'm saying. He was really popping like years ago. You feel me? Like,
yeah, what happened?
Do y'all
Why
see, do you think this is possible for Akademiks?
nah.
That we can just go back to his YouTube channel. It's like, yo, this nigga.
Akademiks is a workaholic.
He put in too much.
He said in that rant, "You have to kill me." I believe that. You have to kill that nigga. Like
Yeah.
Akademiks just doesn't stop.
Man, he says things that I'd just be like, bro, I'd be wishing shit on himself that I'd be like, bro, I don't.
It's almost like he doesn't understand the severity
of like not being here.
Yeah, like niggas can actually get you the fuck up out of here. Like that's a real threat.
Yeah.
Especially if you taunting it like that.
I was about to say, but nah, man.
But Dom is live. I guess his thing is pretty old.
Yeah, nah, Dom is live as
But
old
he-
shit. Dom is dead right now.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Do we think? What was the question again?
Did we ever watch him?
He was asking us because it's like, nigga, Dom is. I'm telling you, Dom is live. He was on his
He's
way.
one of them ones.
He had 1 million subs.
Shit, Cletus know about him. Shit. And Cletus, you tell us how old you are. Has he done that before?
Yeah, he has.
Yeah, he's like
60 something.
67. It's either 67 or 57, right?
66.
It's like 60. It's like 65.
The real question is he real?
Yes, I believe in Cletus wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would ride this into the wheels.
Oh, you talking
I
about-
don't want to know if it's
You talking
right
about
or not.
Cletus?
Yeah, like is he actually a 65-year-old
Cletus
man?
is definitely 65 years old, for sure.
He just has time for this all.
I genuinely believe it.
He pimping out that 401k.
What do you think he does for work? I think he's a truck driver if it is real. If he is real.
Yeah, that's actually it's a lot better than our first profile for him. I think we made him a felon at first.
Yeah, we
He
did.
does. Yeah, he works in a rural area for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere
does a
he
lot of
has
sitting.
time,
He has a shotgun under his seat.
but just enough service to listen to us.
He has a shotgun under his seat and like a black son-in-law.
Yeah, that's why I feel so comfortable with us.
Literally.
You think his daughter's hot? If he has one?
I respect Cletus, but
yeah.
So I'm gonna say his daughter's hot because I respect him.
Yeah, exactly.
It's better than saying his daughter's ugly, right?
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
respect.
Yeah.
There was another. This wasn't a.
Yeah, your daughter's fit for marriage.
There wasn't a. This isn't our office hours, but we got accused a lot, more than once, of being industry plants on.
Hilarious.
On Twitter Spaces.
Which made me sympathize with what's the bitch named Bobby.
Bobby Altoff?
Yeah, because it's like, all right, I get it now. It's like you come out of nowhere, that's just what they gonna say.
Oh, they accused us of plants on
Well, now
Spaces?
Bobby is actually, that's
Bobby's situation is a little more damning, but
she's actually an individual.
but it just puts into perspective how easy that could be thrown at you.
Flashback to 2 weeks ago. That's what I was saying.
What was you saying?
But
I said that they
honestly-
would call us plants.
But nah, plants is one of those things where it's like, nigga, just go to the page and scroll down.
Yeah, that's
and you'll
what I'm
see
saying. That's what AJ
9
said.
months, 10 months, 1 year, 2 year, 3 year.
All
And
you
that's just for y'all, Jen. I mean, you can go to LOY their show, but
all you
Yeah.
saying is that you're out of touch.
Yeah.
Kind of claim somebody's an industry plant.
Nigga, you ain't did your due diligence.
Essentially.
Danny got kind of salty. Shout out to Shorty that was on that Twitter space. Danny got kind of salty. Did y'all? I wish I
wasn't there.
Should have had it. I should have had it. So when I came in there on the joint, right? On the Menace Material account, she was like, "Oh my god." Oh my God, they're there. Like
yeah, I
they're
remember
here.
that. Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
he was trying to request it and I wouldn't come. And he was, first of all, his initial reaction was, "Whoa, what the fuck?" Like it was like, "Yo, what's up with you?" Like, I'm kind of jealous. Like, why did you just perk up like that? Like, which one do you like? And she was like,
so we can start hating.
Yeah, he was like, I don't know how I feel about that. And then he was like, well, which one do you like? He starts naming all of us. She was just like, I just think they're all really intelligent. And then he was like, all right. Like, that nigga was hating. Danny was hating.
Oh my God.
Danny was hating on niggas.
Danny, you better stop.
I wouldn't say that. I ain't gonna say you saying Danny. I ain't gonna say all that, man. You know what I'm saying?
You know it's love. But then somebody else was in there, they was like, man, how them niggas get a JVP episode? I think they industry plants.
That's what everybody was gonna say.
And then that's when he was trying to send the request, like, nigga, jump in the box.
Oh yeah, nah.
You ain't jumping in that
Nigga,
shit.
no.
Nah.
Yeah,
I'm
nah,
jumping in that
Danny,
shit.
I was chilling.
So yeah.
Not doing that shit.
And shout out to that lovely lady. You know, we got plenty of content for you. You can hear all three of these voices on 2 different shows.
Hell yeah, 2 different shows, Patreon. You know what I mean? But overall, yeah, we are not plants.
I don't know if I should
Nothing
say
of
her
that
name.
nature. You said what?
You trying to find a name?
No, I found it, but I don't know if I should say it.
Don't say it out
Niggas
loud.
don't want to be on blast.
Let us support us from the shadows. You know, you can quietly pick which one you would like to choose first. Even though we probably know.
This nigga.
But all right, that's it.
Wait,
though.
I like how he assumed it was me. Lawrence got confidence in me.
Why would you assume another
Why
man?
would I assume? Why would you assume I was talking about myself?
I never said that, nigga. All I said was this nigga.
In response
This
to
nigga,
what you
but
just said to
this
that,
nigga,
why would
I
you?
don't know. Why
That's what I'm saying. Why would he think I'm talking about him?
Because you said this nigga.
Because that was a
Talking
wild
about me.
statement. It was just funny.
Yeah, all right, nigga.
He acting like he wasn't talking about himself.
this
And
is
you
right.
acting like that statement wasn't like, why would you think I'm talking about myself? Like, why would
And
you
you
talk
acting
about
like-
AJ?
You acting like
funny
it
as
could have
shit.
been you, nigga. Fuck
That
it.
would be funny as shit.
That's crazy.
But that's the
But,
office hours.
Watch it be Deuce.
Yeah, nah, man. Been a
Gotta-
beautiful.
yeah.
I was about to say, man, it's been a beautiful episode.
Shit, I gotta pee.
I guess, for now, I guess 2 times a week is something that y'all should be getting ready for, you know what I'm saying?
They don't gotta do nothing. It's just when
You
it
know.
happens, it's happening.
But it's gonna start happening, as you can see. But thank you for clicking the video. Like, share, subscribe if you haven't already. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all that. $5 Patreon, you know the joke. It's not gonna stay 5 for long.
Yeah. Office hours in the comments.
Office hours in the comments, questions or concerns. me and Tone, if you happen to be in Greensboro, you know what I'm saying, this Saturday, me and Tone are hosting the show at the Greensboro, one of the Coliseums, one of those big-ass megalithic, structures. But just go to LOI The Show IG page for all information on that. But thank you for that. Jay Nobles.
Tone Groove.
AJ the Menace.
White man behind the boards.
Yeah.
We out. This nigga had to potty.